4351. Time of possibilities. We begin smack dab in the middle of Io Stellaris, on Emeritus Station in core space, where new possibilities are birthed with each passing moment. More possibilities than nearly anywhere else in the galaxy for someone who has nothing, wants something, or both. This promise of possibility is a universal truth for every person who steps off a ship and in the docks for the first time. Whether stepping off some Merc's busted rig or one of those fancy Averin cruise liners, everyone receives the same greeting. The smell of oil in the air, the crackles and hisses of engines receiving the same constant repair. Whispers of startling news from elsewhere amongst the stars, or pleas for help from beggars who have wandered up from the red light district. Yet still, there's the beauty of Emeritus. Its aged but sophisticated design, the wonder of its massive size. But then again, with so much chance for excitement packed into it, of course the station is grand in scale. A fat hunk of junk slowly orbiting the planet of its creator, Gaia.
Okay. I was just gonna say we lost someone. But they're back.
So why hold all of you up any longer? Let's get started. Flare. Why don't you go ahead and describe yourself to the players?
Flare is a female starborn. I don't know if people can bring up the picture. Probably not, right?
I showed to players, so hopefully it's popping up.
Okay. She is a female starborn.
It's not popping up for people here. Keep going. Keep going.
She's a female starborn. She has kind of short, curly, like purple hair. It goes down just to her neck. She wears thick leathers with an insignia on it that I don't know how many people would recognize, but she also has... What's that?
I said just don't even worry about that.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. Her collar goes up, and it's bigger towards the back. And it's sort of like on the inside, it's like illuminated hot pink, which sort of illuminates like the back of her, like the tips of her hair. She's kind of average height. Her skin is sort of like a lightish blue with like little hints of like glittery stars within it, and her eyes glow like a bright like yellow orange. Her boots are lined around the rims with glowing hot pink light.
Flare, as you step off of the Emeritus speed train, it had just shuddered to a stop in what appears to be a fairly dingy station 431 along the dock district. You flick out your personal computer. You see a soft ping on your GPS, leading you slowly but surely, as you've recently arrived here, to the Solar Flare. What you've assessed based upon your research is some kind of club in the district, and a place where you're waiting to receive a job, something to make a few creds, something to help you find your way around and hopefully off into a new world soon. As you're kind of pushing your way as politely as you can through the station crowd, go ahead and make a perception check for me. As you're walking, you feel just a slight tug at the satchel on your belt, just beneath your the kind of uniform you wear.
Yeah, I'm gonna like grab hold of it with both hands and take a look.
Looking back, you see a young Averin child, and you've caught her just below her wrist as she was reaching into reaching up at the clasp and looking down and just kind of assessing her. You can tell that she's probably one of many homeless that you've seen that appear to live mostly in the Dock District and the Red Light District.
Okay. I'll realize that, and I'll let go of her wrists and then kneel down so I'm at eye level. And I'll say, it's not nice to steal people's things, you know. All you have to do is ask. And then, can I give her a credit? Is that how they work?
You can't really give her... There's not really a way to give her cash if she doesn't have a way to take it digitally.
Okay. Are there, like, vending machines nearby?
Yeah, you could... There's probably, like... there's definitely, like essentially, like temporary transfer and, like, ATM machines that could, like, put creds on, like, temporary sticks to be used and that kind of thing, which would essentially be used in this situation.
Yeah. I'm gonna point over to it and, like get her attention and point over to it, and I'll say, why don't you come with me? And I'll start going.
And she kind of shakes it first, but then she takes your hand, and you start to walk her through the crowd. As this is happening, the train that you stopped off on has pulled away, and then on the opposite track, another one of the like hovering speed trains shudders to a halt, arriving from the opposite side of the district to stop 431. And unnoticed to you, as you're walking this little girl over to give her a few creds for food, after the crowd parts quickly off of the train, a lone towering figure steps off of it as well, looking around the railway station for the first time, and then down to your own personal computer, which is also pinging what appears to be a certain Dock District club. Chris, go ahead and describe your character as I throw him in everyone's journal.
Yes.
Oh.
He's a big boy.
Oh boy.
Dope. Kaltal, is that how you say it?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Doesn't have much on him. Mostly just trying to stick to himself. I mean, picture pretty much basically what I expect him to look like right now. That's about it.
Yeah. He would probably the vestments that he does wear, though much of his chest and stomach are uncovered, as can be customary to his people. They are of lighter colors than are in the picture. There would actually be motifs of yellow and gold on light grays and whites. So, but he is this massive, imposing figure. And as you step off the train, and you begin to cut through the crowd, there's you're kind of maneuvering through these people, turning in the same direction as Flair as she's walking this child to the machine. And as Flair is kind of having to, excuse me, and kind of like push her way through the people, they seem to just kind of naturally part away from you. Many people, and as you kind of look back and forth around the railway, you would definitely notice that you appear to be the only Kaltal in this railway stop. And as you're pressing forward, Flair's kind of taking this child along. Flair, you kind of press through the last part of the crowd, and you stumble a little bit because suddenly, where you were feeling like you were having to walk forward deliberately, you no longer have to, and you kind of stumble forward and you bump into this massive Kaltal figure.
Oh, excuse me, sir. I'm sorry. I didn't see you somehow.
Really? Well, that's not an issue.
That's good. Here, dear, why don't you come over here? I'm gonna kind of push her towards
She's
the machine.
She's cowering behind you.
Yeah, I'll kind of put my arm around her shoulder and I'll say, it's fine. He's a nice man. And I'll look up at you and I'll put my hands, or I'll put my other hand behind my back and kind of give you a half bow, and I'll say again, my apologies for bumping into you. I meant no. And I mean to be so rude.
It's not a problem. And I'll bow back to you.
As you start to follow her bow with a bow, go ahead and make a perception check. Sanguis.
Okay.
Sanguis.
Sanguisan.
Looking down from the arm that's still kind of clutched now, tucked behind her back because the child is still kind of hiding from you behind her. You look to her other hand where her personal computer is kind of tipped forward and open, and you would notice that her job net is pinging her to the same location that yours was.
What was the name of the club? Solar Flare?
Yes, a solar flare.
Right?
You
It's like destiny.
heading to the Solar Flare as well.
She'll just kind of stop and stare wide-eyed at you, and then her eyes will dart to her computer. What's that?
I'll gesture to the computer once you go wide-eyed.
Dirty?
Yeah, her eyes will dart, without moving her head, her eyes will dart to her computer and then back to you, and she'll say, "Yes, I imagine you are as well."
Yes, I am.
Well, then I imagine we may be seeing each other again very soon. What is your name?
Sanguisan. I'll hold a hand out.
Sanguisan. She'll happily put a hand out and shake it, and she'll say, "My name is Flair.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet your acquaintance."
Is that your child?
Flair will suddenly realize that the child is still there, and she'll glance down and she'll say, and then back at you, and she'll say, "Oh no, I was merely escorting her to that ATM over there. I think she could use some money for."
It's quite nice of you. I suppose I'll
Thank you.
see you at Solar Flare then. Perhaps.
She'll chuckle and she'll say, "Aptly named," and then she'll kind of two fingers salute you, and she'll say, "I'll see you there."
I'll just turn around and keep going in the direction of the club.
You turn, and Flair, you watch him walk away, and you watch kind of the crowd's just continuing to part in front of him until he's kind of walking up the steps of the station by himself.
As I continue to escort the girl over to the ATM thing, I'm gonna spout some facts about Kaltal that I know to her, in a really positive way. Oh, did you know they did this?
You continue doing this as you transfer the creds onto the chip, and then you hand it to her, and the moment you drop it in her hand, thank you.
Such a nice girl.
Understandable. Makes sense.
As we cut away from you also ascending the steps and heading towards the solar flare, we cut to out on a large plateau as a good-sized vessel snaps into a series of magnetized locks and begins to be lifted along the spaceport upwards and away. Along its side, digital signboards spin out impound. Impound. Two figures watch sadly as the ship rises upwards and away into the police force impound for Station 431. If those two figures can go ahead and describe themselves.
You want to go first? You want to?
You go first.
All right. So Ronan is a female nomadic with a bobbed electric blue hair with semi-luminescent. Oh boy, electric blue eyes, like off-white flesh-colored skin. With like a near perfect complexion, save for like the lines that trace her face. She's got a slender frame, and she wears like a black spandex with a white jacket, with one sword at her side and a hand cannon at the other. And yeah, that's what she's got going for her.
Okay.
She stands up. She's 5'10".
Yeah. Zed is a Gaian.
Yes.
He's got, longer hair down below his ears, 5 o'clock shadow, full long jacket, mostly like the art. I'd say probably the undershirt or the underclothes, maybe a little bit more form fitting. He's got a big old hand cannon at his side, and yeah, basically just the picture.
As the two of you, as the two of you sadly watch your beautiful baby rise up and be pulled away from you, you're snapped back to reality. Yeah, everything's been posted to your accounts. Your eyes fall back down to the middle-aged, overweight Officer Brady.
Oh, he's same size, 5'10", as tall as her.
He sighs, and his eyes fall on you, Zed, and he spits on the ground, and he says, I thought last time you said you were leaving for good. And then before you can even answer, he turns around and he starts to walk away, and you can hear him just mutter, that son of a bitch.
What's the price this time? I'm gonna look down at it, try and look.
You look down, you see yourself credited to your 13.7 misdemeanors.
0.7.
Two counts of reckless smuggling.
Reckless smuggling.
And then you see a small tab that blinks additional fees. And as the two of you look down, the transfer ends, and in piercing red light, you see 55,000 credits.
Looks around. Well, that's just not feasible.
Just gives you this blank stare. 55,000 credits.
Hey,
that's a new record.
Maybe we shouldn't have gotten caught.
Maybe you shouldn't have gotten caught.
Who's piloting here? Yeah, just gonna keep looking. I'll look at however I can check my money. How can I check how much I have on me?
I mean, you have access to all of your
Yeah, but what does it look like? Like, is it like a phone or something?
Yeah, they're basically data pads.
I'll look at it. I'm like, maybe I can win the money. Have a smile on his face.
I'm gonna look at my funds and then look back at him and say, maybe you can win the money. Just shake her head. Just start walking in a direction.
Yeah, I'll flip the like data pad and put it back in my pocket and start following her.
As the two of you exit the main area of the dock, you reach the kind of like the transfer circuit area, where you decide kind of like where you want to go in this district, or if you want to head towards another district. And it's kind of at this point in time that the seething between the two of you over fucking up again, maybe, kind of passes, and both of you immediately kind of like at the same time have the same thought, like, okay, how are we gonna get out of this? And Zed, go ahead and make a history check for me. If you're still with me, your picture disappeared, which makes me worry that your internet just exploded. Oh god.
I hate when that happens.
Oh god.
I hate when that happens.
Oh god.
He wouldn't be on.
He gone.
Here.
I got this.
No, they're both gone.
Ronan.
Oh no, I just redid.
I know.
Connected.
Ronan, make a history check.
I'm super good at those. Wow,
You should be. You're a fucking robot.
Wow, that's just messed up.
Up, is he there?
That's literally
Let me
racist.
toggle my.
Hey,
head.
maybe my character's racist against robots. You don't know.
Hey,
Weston.
man.
Hello?
That's
My
Hey, there he is.
unfortunate.
I'm on my
There we
phone.
Zed, make a history check for me.
Yeah, sure. Let me find D20. Sorry. Yeah, my internet just went out.
It's okay, man.
Here's my
So it
dice
happens.
bag.
We will never forgive you.
I know.
We will
I'll-
never forgive you.
I'll
for the
figure
dead
this
man
out
control.
after
Zed's
this.
dead, baby.
Zed's dead, baby.
Oh my
We
goodness.
say that like all the time in the Discord.
This is going to be the first time. Mark it down. First time I've made that joke. Once a session, at least.
Zed's dead, baby.
I hope so.
I mean, when he
Alright.
actually dies.
So
it'll be-
angry.
Dude, yeah, we're gonna feel so bad when we all just laugh our asses off when he dies.
That is a good 11.
That's the
Uh,
same result.
Both of you know that there's always opportunities here. You know, because of some things, that maybe the red light district isn't the best place to head. But you do know that there's a pretty easy place to get jobs in this area, the Solar Flare.
You should go there.
In fact, Zed, you have done a business with a kind of like a huckster that trolls that bar before, named Toma Eloy.
Look, if we can't find a job there, maybe I could play nice with somebody.
Uh-huh. Play nice. That's your strong suit.
Yeah, I'll just smirk.
And the two of you hop on the correct railway to head in that direction. And we cut from the two of you to a kind of dingy alley of the dock district, where a single figure kind of walks, picking up his step as he sees his GPS is leading him closer to his destination. James, why don't you go ahead and describe your character?
So you see a DeKeln with a very lithe figure and very young. If you've ever seen DeKeln, younger than you maybe even expect to find. Deep, like a matte gold head plating with the little areas. I don't even know what they're called yet because I haven't talked about this. But like the head area is of like a deep maroonish color, so like a golden maroon kind of thing on the skin. And he's wearing what looks to be a very dirty, a very tattered, suit, almost like a pieces of armor. But then if you got a little bit closer look, you'd realize that it wasn't dirty at all. It was basically brand new, but it's very obvious to tell he tried to scuff it up on purpose. He tried to make it look dirtier. In fact, his head, even the gold plating has a little bit of like dirt and grime on it because he thinks that'll help him fit in a little bit better. And so he's just, and the armor is just black, like a matte black color, like I said, scuffed up. He is like looking on the data pad on his hand and like kind of like shaking his head and you can see him tense up a little bit. Like he doesn't really know what he's doing until he sees the flare. And he kind of like turns his body and like looks and like kind of like nods his head and then like starts walking towards where the beacon.
As you turn right out of the alley, now realizing that this is the correct direction to start heading, you pass a fairly young, very dirty Gaian man who quickly throws up a pad, and he says, "Creds for the poor."
He'll kind of like look kind of shocked because he's like is pretty set on looking at where he's going, and kind of looks down, like looks around, and is like, "No, I need my credits. Sorry," and he'll keep walking.
His mouth just kind of slowly hangs open as you walk away from him.
I feel like Matt specifically wanted everyone to see James's character's reaction to a beggar asking him for coin.
No.
Did not know that was that way. It's great though. Love it. All right. And as
He is a Dekelm after all.
he'll
get to
the
elves of the lore, guys. We don't like them.
He'll kind of like
I
get
just
to
got
the.
back, guys. What's up? Sorry.
Oh, you missed it. Damn.
Oh, okay, it's fine.
James is the clown, hates poor people.
Hell yeah.
No, he just likes his credits more.
Okay.
Oh, all right.
Basically, he denied a homeless man money.
I mean,
Don't we
Look
all?
at his face.
When
Who's
I
to
get
say?
to like the end of that alley or whatever, I'll kind of like start out and then I'll take I'll kind of puff up a little bit and like look back to make sure he's not following me or something like that, and then I'll like speed up.
He's not there anymore.
Okay.
Amazing.
And as you turn the corner and head down the road towards the solar flare, cut away one more time. As we arrive at station 421, and
so close.
the railway station doors, the railway's doors open slowly, and as all the other railways people pour out of them, just like they did for all the rest of our characters that arrived, the most central doors slide open, and there's no immediate movement. As we see inside, the crowd in that part of the car all kind of staring quizzically at a figure. Ian, go ahead and describe your character.
So you see Alpha Nemetic.
Oh my god!
A little shorter than like a average Gaian. But I have a picture for my.
Oh yeah, they can see it.
Yeah,
Oh right.
Oh, we can
That's
see
why I
it.
reacted like it.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, it's
Gotcha.
fantastic.
Gotcha.
They're all really
amazing.
excited.
But and he's just kind of like quizzically like looking around with his. He has like a childlike like quality to like mannerisms almost, like the way he just kind of like looks around and stuff and like moves. Yeah.
And you step off onto the station ground, and starting forward, you feel a soft ping from your personal computer, and as you open it, you see that your recent work application has been transferred, and somebody has picked you up for a job. They're looking for you to meet them at the solar flare.
It seems. I have somewhere to go.
As you say that, you look from the personal computer to your right, and there's just this single kid, kind of like slowly licking at his ice cream, just staring at you. Like he's never seen anything like you before. He's just watching. And you kind of level your gaze and look around you, and you see that, with the exception of the people that seem to really be rushing somewhere, most of the people in this station are just like looking at you, and then looking around almost as if they're like looking to see if somebody's lost you. Like you're like a toy or something.
I'm gonna approach the child, and kind of like, sort of like sidle up to him almost, like, and like lean in and say, "Pardon me, I don't suppose you could tell me what that tastes like?"
He kind of freezes as you speak to him, and then it slowly leans forward and falls from his hand. Mom! Mom!
That was incredible!
I start like reaching for the ice cream, the like scoop or whatever that fell off.
You like catch it, and it like tumbles through your hands. And as this kid's mom like comes around the corner and grabs his hand and like looks at you, starts to pull him away.
Well, I hope my destination is a bit more welcoming. And I will head off in the direction of my destination.
You hop off on a short transfer car, and you ride it for about 10 blocks, and then step out onto the street. And as you kind of step out through the past step onto the street, a stranger bumps into you. Turning around, you see standing in front of you a very rare sight. A Starborn. And Flair, you're looking down at this Nemetic.
Have I seen a Nemetic like this before?
You've seen
Nemetics?
like old Nemetics that are still commissioned as, but they're like basically like robots and.
Right.
I forgot to mention, I'm wearing a like worn traveling cloak with some like faint embroidering on it.
Flair will look down at you, just be like, "Oh, hello."
I'm sorry. Have I inconvenienced you?
Oh, no, not at all, not at all. No, actually, you're actually one of the more interesting people I've seen today. What is your name?
My name is Isel.
Isel. That is a lovely name. I'm Flair, and she'll put out a hand.
He'll kind of like make a point of like looking like down and up like at your whole body and say, "You certainly are."
Yes. You know what? I like you. Are you going to the Solar Flare too, by chance?
I assume that I am.
Yes, you are.
Okay.
That's what your job be.
He kind of like jumps back like an inch, like just like he's startled for a second. How could you know that?
She's gonna clap her hands together happily, and she's gonna say, "Call it Starborn's intuition."
I will do that.
Good. You're a funny little robot. I like you. Let's walk together. And she's gonna go to like put a hand around your shoulder, but sort of like waiting for you to like react one way or the other.
I would prefer if we were to join hands.
She'll
Something
kind of
more equitable.
She'll sort of like freeze in place, and then her eyes will light up. They'll almost flare up even, and then she'll put a hand down next to yours and say, That sounds delightful.
I like you as well.
Ooh, this is such a good day. And she'll like take your hand and like start like leading you faster.
Yeah, as we start going down, Isel will say, this is a large and unfamiliar place. Do you know it well?
She kind of looks around and she'll say, no, I actually don't think I've ever been here before. Usually I stay at the League or I go to some very dangerous places, but nothing really like this. I take it you've never been here before either.
I cannot say that I have.
Where are you from, little robot?
Sorry, one sec. I forgot to have that handy. I am from Teresta Colony. There are other free nomadics there.
Fascinating. Can I do a history check, Matt?
Yes. You've heard of the Teresta Colony. The Teresta Colony is a space station in core space that's aligned with Gaia, and it was like a station made for nomadics as kind of like it was kind of like a charitable giving after the nomadic uprising actually succeeded in freeing nomadics. Then it was like, what are you going to do to pay them back? And they were like, they constructed the Teresta Colony as a place where like nomadics can make like their home if they chose to.
After kind of pondering that for a second, she'll look back down at Isel and she'll say, you know, I've heard of it, but I've never been there. But it sounds like a really fascinating place.
I suppose it is fascinating in its own way. But
I'm sure it's fascinating in many ways.
I desired to know what true freedom was, without Gaian oversight. And so here I am, with no credits.
She'll kind of look around as you're saying like true freedom, and then like her head will snap to you, and she says no credits, and she'll say, "Well, we can change that. I'll give you whatever you need, but you have to promise me you'll be careful. This place seems like it's a little shady."
I am afraid I am a poor judge of character in that regard.
She's gonna wheel around to look at you, and she'll clasp her other hand on the one that she's already holding, and she'll say, "Then it's a good thing you have me here." And she'll wink at you.
I can see that. How fortunate.
She'll snap and point a finger gun at you and say, "Just stick with old Flair, and you'll go places."
There's this
he'll finger guns back, or
Yes.
like attempt to like get the snap down,
Yeah.
but like not at all. He just starts like doing it to random people throughout the.
as you're walking.
Yeah.
The two of you continue down that road, and as you turn the corner, and you see ahead of you the neon light, the solar flare at the end of this next road, a seemingly out of place DeKeln steps out of the alley across from you, looking back worriedly behind him before turning back in front of himself and kind of straightening his jacket a little bit. And
I'm gonna put a hand on Isel's chest for just a second as we stop, and I'm just gonna like watch him and then see him continue walking, and then I'll take my hand off and say, "Never hurts to be too careful, Isel. Keep an eye out."
I walk up to the next hobo I find.
there's another one between you and the solar flare.
There isn't one?
Nah.
Okay,
That
I
was
look
like
around.
back in an alley.
Okay, I look around and I find the brightest thing I see, which is probably Flare. Yeah.
It is.
Around?
It's probably Flare.
Yeah, she's definitely glowing a little bit.
So you'd see him like look at his thing again and like throw his like hands down and then reach into his pocket and pull out like what looks like a really simple comm link and like see if like that'll work, if that'll like plug in somewhere like to help him out. And then he'll like be frustrated and he'll look around and see you and he'll like get this like happy look on his face and make a beeline towards you.
She's gonna grip Isel's hand really tightly.
You are very good at making friends.
So yes, it would seem so. Just hold on one second, Isel, and she's kind of like bracing herself with her feet a little bit. But otherwise she doesn't move.
All right, I'll get up to you and I'll like stop a few feet away and I'll kind of like stop and give like a smile and like a half bow and I would say, so what did Gomelo say about this before? You look like you might be willing to help out a lost soul. How does this work again? If I give you how many? If I give you 100 credits, would you be willing to take me to this place I'm trying to find? I just cannot find it. And my mentor once said that if you do this if you are nice to other people, they will be nice to you.
As you finish saying that, you see that there were like on her neck there were like thin lines of like white light, and then as she's sort of studying you, they seem to like recede back into her robes. And she'll...
Isel's gonna respond though when you say that and say, "I'm quite certain that your mentor was wrong." Did you say mentor or master?
Mentor. I would say,
Okay.
Whoa! I did not. I have seen you. There was one in the. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. And I'll look back to her.
She'll kind of like she'll like relax her stance a little bit, and she'll give you a half smile and she'll say, "A lost soul. There's plenty of those here. Where are you looking for?"
I'm looking for this place where I can find work. I need work, and I've never. Well, I've worked a lot. I've worked a lot in my life. I've done many things, but I need to know where this solar flare, I think it's called, and I can't get the hang of this new. I mean, very battle-worn suit. I can't. There's something wrong with the wrist. There's something wrong with my comm links, I think.
The two of you, as he's saying this, the two of you look at him, and then kind of like turn and look to the end of the street where there's this big ass neon sign that says "Solar Flare."
Yeah.
And then you turn and you look back to him again.
She's gonna smile at you for like a couple seconds, so it's just like a big grin on her face, and she's gonna put a hand out to you, and she's gonna say, as if destiny would have it, "That's where we're going, friend. Care to join us?"
I would, yes. Yes, I would like to join you, and I'll like kind of like follow your gaze, and I would say something that sticks out more than myself. That is good.
I'm gonna offer my other hand that Flare isn't holding.
I will kind of like look down at you a little, and like I'll grab one of the like I assume there's like 3 or 4 fingers. I'll grab like one of the fingers tentatively.
No, it's like a normal.
Okay.
Well, a human amount of fingers of.
Okay. I would.
But yeah.
Okay, I would kind of like hold out my hand and like for you like to gently take it tentatively.
I will keep an eye out for you as well. You are not very good at it.
I would say. This is. I am better at it than you think, and I would say I am Vaz Akran.
Vaz Akran, that's an interesting name. My name is Flare, and this is Isel.
Like,
hello.
Like where we're going.
She gets wide-eyed again, and she says, "Yes, exactly. It's destiny."
Who would?
Curious, isn't it?
And she'll like kind of like perk up at the word destiny, like that's something, but it'll just like fade away really quickly too. But like you say destiny, and his eyes kind of like grow a little wide, and
It's his favorite game.
Yeah, and he says, who named you there?
She kind of like cocks her head at you with a smile, and she says, "Well, I did. Why? Do you not like it?"
No, it is just an odd name. You named you?
Well, who else would name me?
Oh, I don't know. Those your parents or your creator, or well, I suppose not creator. That would be more your Easel. Is that what you said?
It is
She looks down
Isel.
at Isel and then back at you, and she says, "Isel is not my creator, and I don't really have parents, so no one really gave me a name. So I gave myself one."
I would say, well, a name is not as important as it may seem.
Although names are important.
If I may ask, what is it that makes a name unusual?
I'm not very.
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm
I
not
guess
sure.
if it's unique, maybe?
Yes, unique. Unique is yes. It's just not often that I hear a name named after someone, or someone named themselves at all, but name themselves after a cosmic event necessarily.
Are there many Boss Akarins then?
I would say, oh, there is only one Vasakaran. I can assure you of that.
Then yours is unique as well.
Let's say. That is true.
She's
You know,
gonna
she'll kind of like regard you with the like, oh, I see you. Like,
she's gonna pat Isel on the back, and she's gonna say, "See, Isel, you're doing very well already." And she'll snap a finger gun towards Valzakaran, and she'll say, "By the way, Starborn are cosmic events, just so you know." And she'll wink.
I would say, my eyes would go very wide, and I would say, oh, a Starborn. I have never seen one. I've only done one. And say, that explains so much. Sometimes you
Imagine
must
it does.
understand. Like, I have never been here before. I have not been. Well, I've been to many places, I assure you, but not here. Not here.
Her eyes light up, and she kind of like starts like hopping up and down excitedly, and she's gonna say 3 people in the same place, going to the same place. They've never been here before. This is destiny. I knew it. And then
It's most unusual.
she's gonna point towards the neon solar flare sign, and she's gonna say, "What are we waiting for? Destiny awaits."
I would say, yes, the first step. The first step on this journey, at least. She'll,
And
like,
she's
kinda,
gonna take off, and she starts skipping.
This is
He
already
would
amazing.
he would like let go. Boss would let go of your hand and kind of like let you get like 3 or 4 feet ahead of him before he moves on.
I mean, she's tugging Isel if Isel doesn't.
Okay, yeah, I would follow. I thought you were like letting go.
No. She's trying to bring you.
I
with her.
would let go. I would let go.
Still skipping,
Then I
but
would
she'll turn backwards, and you would see that her boot, the hot pink ring around her boots is even brighter now, and she actually seems to be like a few inches off the ground as she's skipping. And she would look at you and wave you to like come on, and she'll say, "What are you waiting for?"
I would say, I'm waiting for you.
She'll say, "I'm over here. What are you doing over there?"
I would say, your knight not quite over there enough yet. I will follow, do not worry.
She'll say, "Okay, you snooze, you lose," and she's gonna turn around and skip faster.
All right, and
I am questioning the logic of our new friend.
Oh, I think it's best not to do that.
And one by one, the 3 of you enter the solar flame.
That was so much fun.
I love this party already.
Lights cut across the large dance floor in front of you. As the three of you look as you step in through the entrance, you see seatings all around the dance floor and up what appears to be 4 or 5 levels. And as the three of you cross and enter and take a moment to kind of study your surroundings, a single guy and woman in a skin-tight black dress steps forward. And she smiles.
Ian? Sorry.
I was trying not to be disruptive, but I am actually doing that.
No,
That's amazing.
I was like finger cutting, and she makes eye contact.
She makes eye contact with you
I'm just letting
guys.
you know.
That's good customer service. Yeah.
Who does exactly?
She
The
smiles and she
barkeep?
kind of cocks her head at the three of you, and she says, "Party of 3, and are you waiting for anyone or meeting anyone?"
Let's see. There is one more. I don't actually know if he's here yet, but in a way, I'm waiting for him. Yes.
3 people back away from the door as a massive form kind of like bows down and steps through it into the club.
Oh, there he is now. That's him right there. 4, please.
In DeKeln, I say, holy shit.
Tachungalak.
Tachungalak.
From the other campaign.
Youngest.
My Sunday group got super locked in on something I said in a
Hey,
foreign
don't wait,
language.
Jesus.
Yeah, no. We'll talk about this
Oh,
later.
that's true.
How distracting that's gotta be.
The Chungus Among Us.
Yeah,
Chungus
No.
Among Us.
big Chungus Among Us. Yeah. What do you wave him over to you?
Yes, I'm gonna make it very obvious to him and anyone else nearby that like I want him to come over here. Like I'm gonna be like
you
I'm gonna
see
be that
Claire.
girl that like waves like
You see this
like,
purple and
really-
red like flashing like silhouette of a form because she's just kind of constantly a source of light.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, there is like a faint pink light around her.
You're calling him over here. Like I'll like lean down to her. You're calling him over. Okay, and then I'll stand up, kind of like next to her, and like puff out my chest and like fold my arms.
She's gonna put a hand very close, like kind of very close to your face, and she's gonna touch you on the nose with her finger, and she's gonna say, "Sanguisan is one of my very best friends, and I'll thank you." To be nice to him."
I will say, I'll like have like a forced grimace on my face and be like, "You say friend now," and he'll like lower his voice a little bit. "You say friend now. From what I have read, they are not friendly."
Well, you can't believe everything you read. In fact, and then she's gonna turn around and she's like she starts waving him over again, and then without turning to you, James, she's gonna say, "And don't puff out your chest; it makes you look ridiculous."
I would say, no, it makes me look more than I am, trust me.
Oh, just be yourself. People like that more.
This is myself. I mean, this is myself.
Well, then I guess I can't stop you. She just kind of like
You will
glazes
notice
over
that
it.
he's kind of like quivering. Like he's
Mhm.
shaking ever
Yeah.
so slightly.
I'll walk over then. We do meet again then. What's wrong with him?
she's gonna clap her hands together once and say, "And so soon, Destiny again."
When you ask what's wrong with him, Isel's gonna say, he is being himself.
Say, there's nothing wrong
Oh.
with me.
If you say
Pushes his
so.
glasses up on his face. There's nothing wrong with me.
Flair just kind of awkwardly looks at everybody, and then she turns back to Sanguisan. She's gonna say, "I'm so happy you're here. We actually just got a table. You should come join us."
All right. I don't suppose that would.
She's gonna put out a hand for you to take it.
I'll grab it.
She's gonna put another hand out to Isel,
Oh yeah, I'll take it.
and then she's gonna start skipping towards the table.
You start to skip forward, and the hostess says, "You didn't tell me. I haven't gotten you a table."
She's kind of like impatiently kind of like hopping on each foot individually. And Sangusan would notice her feet are like a couple inches above the ground. And she'll say, "Oh, is there one for 4?"
Sure. And she goes to her data pad, and then
She's just like impatiently hopping.
she reaches to her wrist, and she pulls a small like hard plastic card from it, and she hands it to you, and she says, "Just follow it; it'll guide you to your table."
She'll grab it wide-eyed, and she'll say, "Great, let's go. And she's going to try to find it.
All right. Following it, it takes you to an elevator. It takes you as you step in. It rises to the 3rd floor, and it lets you off, and it takes you over to a booth.
Okay. Yeah, I'll walk over, still holding the hands of these two, and I'll like stop in front of the table and whirl around as I let go of their hands, and I'll just like put my hands out on either side of me and say, "Here we are."
You guys all just drop in.
Yep.
I'm gonna wait for everyone else to sit down first, but yes.
Before sitting down, I would turn to Sangusan and say, "You may call me Isel."
Nice to meet you, Isel.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
You may call me Sangusan.
It is nice to meet you as well. And then I'll like climb like into the into the seats.
All right.
Boz will say, "Another unique name then. I am Boz."
Nice to meet you. And I'll hold my hand out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll clasp it.
His grip's really strong.
I would like act like it wasn't bothering me. I'd be like, "You
see
unique in more
Make a
than one
performance
way."
check.
Me?
Yeah, make a performance check.
17 plus 20.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
you're doing a good job of hiding it.
This man's got charisma.
Maybe.
Flair will she'll put both hands down on the table as she kind of looks around at everybody in turn, and she'll say so Galaxy has brought us all here on the same day. That means we are fated to work together. And she's kind of just like looking for responses.
I don't think that's necessarily what it means, but it very well could happen, I suppose.
Yeah, I can show you later.
I do not have a great deal of experience in such matters, but that checks out with me.
As the 4 of you are having this conversation, you notice a pair walks by towards the elevator, a Gaian and a female Nemetic, and they just walk onto the elevator and take it up to the top floor. That's all I'm talking.
So they're leaving the floor we're on?
Yes.
Okay. Flair will she'll like lean back in the booth and cross her arms, and she'll say well, I guess since we're going to be working together, we should probably share information. Does anybody know anything about this job?
I would say no, but first we should get drinks. We do know about drinks, and I don't know what they're called or anything like that. But I will like flag a waiter down, and like if you want to roll charisma or something like that, I'm gonna order really nice drinks for everybody.
There's like a table. There's like a hollow screen with a table menu, and you just order your drinks and they bring them to you. There's
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna find stuff that I know is like choice.
Okay, sure. How choice do you want it to be? You could buy like single drinks that are like 150 credits here.
Okay, well, no. I would be looking
So
in the
not like
range
choice.
of a
Choice.
25 to 30 cred drink
sure.
apiece.
Sure. You're getting everyone a drink.
Yeah.
All right. So you
4, right?
You quickly place in an order of 4, and they're 25 credits each.
Okay. It's fine.
Flair will kind of look at, like, watch you as you're ordering them, and she'll say, "Wow, you don't spare anything when it comes to drinks."
I would say that is not entirely true. Though I do know some of the finer drinks around. I just think this chance meeting, this first step towards destiny, as you put it,
Yeah,
I think it is worth it.
Absolutely. And then she'll look at Izel and she'll say, "Izel, have you ever had a drink?"
Oh, I didn't think about that. Ah well.
Yes, that is how I fuel this body.
Perfect.
Insight.
You'll probably like this one.
15 minus 1.
What are you rolling on?
Insight. See how he fuels himself.
Like we drink like some kind of like fuel cocktail, right, or something.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Nemetics fuel themselves mostly like humans, even like really old ones.
Yeah.
They were just
Okay.
had poor human likeness designs.
Is there? Can we just like function off normal like human foods, or is it
You don't
something
really
specific?
need to eat normal human foods and stuff. You need to like you can.
If there is something specific that like the medics eat mostly
Yeah.
or drink or
I mean,
whatever.
Yeah, there's definitely like specific drinks that help you like energize and stuff. But like you can go quite a long time just sleeping before
Yeah,
you even do
okay.
those. So you especially. So
Okay. I would say, however, if you are to be spending such great amounts on beverages, perhaps it is best if you save your money. I do not think I would get the same level of enjoyment as the rest of you.
Flair will kind of like scratch the back of her head as she like kind of like winces her face, and she'll say, "Yeah, I as much as I would like it, I don't really think I could benefit from it either."
Would say none of you spoke up. Good. That is good.
I'll say more for you.
I would say yes, I suppose.
Shortly after that, a pneumatic comes by, drops off a couple drinks at one table and then another, and then he throws down 4 at your table, nods his head and smiles. You guys need anything else?
Flair just kind
I
of
believe we are all right. Thank you.
He'll nod his head and say, okay, and he'll walk away. And as the 4 of you sip your drinks for a few minutes, it occurs to you that you haven't actually opened up the thing and read it to one of you.
Oh, I thought it was just like a
Oh,
GPS tracking.
Yeah, like the GPS led you here. You open it.
It's
up your
occurred to me, I
phone.
just didn't know how to do it.
So
There's like a
you know,
mail too.
you know you're supposed to be asking for
Same.
someone named Toma Eloy. You're supposed to ask to meet. So
Yeah, I'll flip my computer open, and I'll start reading through it, and I'll say, kind of like looking down at it, I'll say, it looks like we're supposed to look for someone, Toma Eloy. Does anybody know that name?
Do I have the same name in mind?
yes,
All of us, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
yes.
Well, I'm supposed
Destiny.
to be meeting the same person.
But you guys want to play the game together, right?
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
He didn't write it
Um,
yet.
I would
yeah,
say
I literally just wrote this. Okay.
We actually all have completely different missions. Matt has this.
I would say interesting that we, who are so different, would be called upon to the same meeting.
Oh my god.
I'm very intrigued.
Flair will look at you wide-eyed, and she'll say,
Genuinely, there was actually less like dripping like thing in that one than there has been since you've interacted with him. Like there would genuinely was less.
Flair will look at you wide-eyed, and she'll say, I know, right? But what better way for 4 interesting people to spend their day than meeting together, going on a mission?
I'd say mission would be ideal.
She's gonna look at Voss, and she's gonna for like a few minutes and study him, and she's gonna say, "Where are you from, Voss Ocker?"
I am from where all other Dekellen are from.
As they say this, we're gonna quickly cut away to a silent booth on the 4th floor, where Ronan, you sit leaning back, staring up at the ceiling, and Zed, you sit at the table, kind of spinning your data pad leaned between the table and like the pointer finger on one of your hands, and your screen's just blinking, waiting for arrival of others. And now we're gonna come back to your guys' booth.
I was gonna say he'll like.
That's amazing.
He'll like look up and put like 2 fingers up.
Hint, hint.
I put
Just,
my
just like that to the whoever's looking
I put my mask on.
as he spins it.
I wave my hand, and the neon mask fades in front of me.
Yeah. But yeah, he'll just continue to spin it, and like I just asked for 2 and just
Yeah. They bring up another 2 for you guys. Cutting back
just-
down.
yeah. Just,
Shall
just
we
knows.
find this Toma Eloy?
Yeah, I guess we
That's
should, but I
probably for the
don't
best.
know what he looks like or who he is or.
I suppose we ask someone who.
I can handle this. And I'm just gonna like walk towards the bar
Okay.
and get the bartender's attention by finger gun.
Yes.
I would follow. I would follow after he goes up.
You shoot the 2 finger guns at the bartender, and he's a kind of a tall, middle-aged guy, and he looks down at you. What's up, buddy?
Do you know where we can find a Toma Eloy?
Last booth, next floor up. That's usually where people that are looking for him wait for him.
You
I
have my
would sidle up.
thanks.
I would sidle up next to him and say, "Is there anything that I might be able to bring him to make him more amenable? This is an important meeting." And like Isel, you would notice that he's way more confident in himself as he says this to the bartender.
What did you say exactly?
I'd just say, "Is there anything that I might bring him to make him more amenable? This is a very important meeting."
He smiles at you, and he says, "You haven't met Toma before. He gets taken care of here."
I would say, I imagine he does, but seeing as how it is the first meeting, I would like to make sure that we take care of him in a certain way as well. No sense in
We'll send his
sense in
favorite up to him on you.
failing bridge. Would say, that is all I ask. Thank you. And then I'll like look down at Isel with like a look on my face, and then turn back and go to the table.
Flair is standing next to the elevator. Just kind of like tapping her foot.
She's tapping her foot and she's pressing the button, but the doors haven't opened yet.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say to Voss, do you truly believe that being nice to others will make them nice to you?
I would say I'm not totally sure, but I can be persuasive and insightful when I need to be. And actually, I was gonna ask you, Matt, is there any way that I could like try to like see if he was like fucking me over, like his bartender was like fucking me over, or like a persuasion check, like or something like that, to like convince him that like
as you say this to Isel, your personal computer pings, and you slide it open and look at it, and you see that 435 credits is credited out of your account, because that's what his favorite drink costs. So
that's fine.
He's like, I got stacks on stacks.
That's fine, he says.
I would look back at the bartender and I would say, it's a pity I will not extend my desire for friendship to you. And he'll like walk towards the elevator.
You're not invited to my birthday party.
As you guys get to the elevator, it opens and you rise to the next level. And walking around the U of the bar, you reach the very last booth, where a very, very different kind of Nemetic is sitting, looking up at the ceiling, and a Gaian is sitting across from her.
Yeah, as soon as we exited the elevator, I would be looking for those two, just because I found them interesting when I spotted them earlier. It must be, honestly, it probably is. Yeah, I'm gonna like.
If I spotted them first, I would just finger gun towards them.
Oh my, yeah, like I like see a finger gun from across the room, and then Flair like kind of cocks her head, and then she finger guns back, and then she taps Isel on the shoulder.
That looks like a ready and willing group of adventurers.
I look up to you and see
slightly
you,
look to Ronan before they get
see
near
you
shot.
finger gunning, and I'll like look
There's
like,
one born every
I'm
minute.
supposed to be doing that too. I'll do it.
Yes, it's polite.
No.
Yeah, they seem to be pretty unique. I'll just smile to Ronan.
Flair's gonna start skipping over to you guys. Or the two of them, I should say.
All right.
And when she gets there, there's an empty seat, right?
Yeah. So it's like a circular booth.
Oh,
with,
okay.
like an opening, so it's kind of like a U.
Yeah. Okay. She'll
Whose side do you choose to sit on?
I have a neon tragedy comedy mask on, so
Yeah, I'm gonna slide in next to Ronan. Or I'm gonna slide in next to the neon lady.
All right, there's room for like another one, definitely another one on that side.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna slide in and like just barely touch shoulders with you as I slide in. And then she just kind of like smiles at you.
when you touch her shoulder,
Mhm.
you can see her electric blue eyes,
Mhm.
and then they, when she looks at you, when she like darts her gaze at you, they are a glowing red, like where the iris is.
Yeah, Zed'll look and just shake his head. Looks at you and just shake his head.
She's gonna continue smiling. You would see her eyes are like the yellow orange.
Yeah.
She just continues smiling at you, and she's gonna say, "I bet I can guess why you're here."
Zed'll look to the rest of the group as she asks that.
Flair will like without breaking gaze, she'll like wave everybody else over.
First time in Emeritus?
She's like, "Yeah, it's great."
Yeah, isn't it?
She's saying it's full of interesting people.
Definitely
Interesting
is.
annoying.
That it is.
Interesting is fun.
I'm on her side on this one.
You would be.
He's just gonna continue flipping as like
Flair
Fun thing.
darts her gaze between the two of you, and she says, "Oh, you already know each other."
partners.
Of sorts.
Oh, I see. Of
Of
So
sorts.
even better. You two are friends already, and the four of us are friends. So now we just join the friend groups together.
God,
Yeah,
I'm a
let's-
jester. That's horrifying.
Yeah, let's do that.
Horrifying.
And I'll scoot in more and bring them in.
I'll have my drink in one hand and one of the untouched drinks in the other hand, and I'll like look at the two that are sitting at the table, and I'll like slide in next to the human. I would say, "You look like the one that drinks more between the two of you," and he'll set the other drink. And it's like I imagine it's like a scotch or something like that, one of those massive balls of ice, and just like a single big ball of ice in a low ball glass. And he'll kill his, and then put the other one in front of you, and he'll say, gesture of future good faith. Let's say that.
At the beginning of the day, I had 0 friends. This is a significant improvement.
I'll say.
That's a mighty fine gesture. And he'll like pull it in closer.
He kind of, Voss will just kind of nod his head.
Flair is just like beaming, and she can't seem to sit still.
You're ready to get
people.
As the rest of them slide in, a massive shadow is cast over the edge of the table as Sanguisan bows himself in, and everyone on the side he chooses kind of has to shift down as he folds his form into the just like kind of quietly he folds his form into the edge of the booth.
How weird is it to see a Caldol here?
Pretty weird. Not like
Dude.
crazy weird, but there's no
Have
there's no
we've
active
seen them,
wars going on right now with the Cowtall. There's like the Red
Yeah.
Fleet, who are like a bunch of psychotic Cowtall that are traveling around causing problems and stuff. But for the most part, that's down. It's just that it's unusual for Cowtall to leave their area of
Yeah.
the galaxy. They just don't. They're not travelers. They're a very tight knit community. In fact, why doesn't everyone make either religion or arcana checks as Sanguisan steps down into the light and everyone gets a better look at him?
I'm good at both
Same
of those.
for me.
Sorry, you said Arcana or Religion?
Yeah, arcana or religion.
Nick with the income stat.
14.
Don't need int. You or me.
I don't know why I have advantage on.
You haven't
automatic,
toggled
though.
it yet.
It's a new page.
There we go. Yeah.
I didn't
wait,
realize
guys.
the default is
Just wait
advantage.
for our first combat when I have to figure out how to make you all be able to see the map.
I'll
They're the best.
It's gonna
That'll be
be
the entirety
fun.
of session 2.
What are you talking about, dude?
It'll be session 1.5.
We'll get it.
Oh, yeah.
I'll try to get in some tonight. You go?
Oh, you did
Oh,
the checks. That's
all
what
right.
the
Did everybody
result.
roll? What'd you?
Oh,
I
what'd you
also
get?
roll.
Well, I assumed
14.
I wasn't rolling for it.
Yeah, you're not rolling. Everyone who got a 15 or above recognizes as he slides into his seat that his gold and gray robes are bear the signing and symbology of Aisha, who is the celestial of light and life, which is
Shoot.
Strange.
very weird to see on a Cowtall. Like, super strange. Because Cowtall are, like, everybody knows that Cowtall are, like, the most dedicated species to any specific celestial, and it's not Aisha. It's very strange.
It's super not Aisha.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the most evil,
Yeah,
but he's
But it's
definitely,
definitely
like,
not
Aisha. It's super
allied with Aisha or
Yeah,
anything.
super, super weird. So,
Zeta like eye him as he sits down, and he'll look to Flair. Since you all know each other already?
She'll gesture around. She'll gesture around to everybody and say, yes, we all met earlier. We're very good friends now. And then she'll put out a hand towards you, and she'll say, "My name is Flair."
He'll put it in his hand and then look to Ronan
as-
first. Oh,
As really quick as you shake her hand, Ronan and Zed, go ahead and make another set of Arcana checks. Arcana.
Oof.
a little bit better.
As you shake her hand and you kind of pick up on her, what might sound to you almost like naive way of talking and her this kind of like young energy, you notice the emblem on her coat, which I will let Shane describe.
Wait, is there one?
You
Yeah,
mentioned it earlier.
you
You
mentioned
did.
it earlier.
Well, I mean, do I know what it, like?
Yeah,
I don't know that as a player I know what it looks like.
It's
No,
whatever
but I
you
mean
want
the
it to be. I'm
symbol
letting
itself.
you make it up, my dog.
Oh, okay,
Go
okay.
for
Here
it.
we go. All right.
Trust me.
It's a. I'm gonna say it's a. It looks like an opened book in the shape of an L, and there's like a little wispy flame between the pages. And then sort of bookending it, pun intended, are pillars of decreasing size.
You see this, and you recognize it as the emblem of the Lore Seekers League. And Ronan catches your eyes and falls to it, and she recognizes it as well. And both of you at the same time, like, because like from your guys' experiences, people in the Lore Seeker Leagues are like dumbasses who get themselves lost in like tombs in the middle of asteroids and die, and like
They might be on the
they're like
opposite
crazy
side.
people who believe
They
in
might-
Kyle's cases.
They might be on the opposite side of acquiring stuff.
So
Yeah, he'll just look to Ronan as he's shaking his hands. He'll smile. They call me Zed. This is Ronan, and he'll smile. To Ronan.
Zed and Ronan, both very unique names.
And
Basil kind of like half smile, not say anything.
what's everyone else's names, just to be acquainted?
I am Isel.
It's nice to meet you, Isel.
And you as well.
My name is Vaz Akaran.
Vazakaran, thank you for the drink.
Say,
And he'll
no
just
problem.
knock it a little bit back.
I would say the next one's on you, no?
This seems fair.
Good.
And he'll look to the giant Keltal. And you are?
Songwasan.
Songwasan.
I
Okay.
like hold out a giant hand across the table.
Yeah, he'll put out his hand too. I'm gonna expect it to be like
yeah, he squeezes
overwhelming
your hand
though.
pretty
I'm
hard.
gonna expect it though. I'm just gonna be like, let it go dead, you know?
You've had to shake a Kaltal's hand before.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do that. This and did Flair already introduce herself?
Yeah,
She was the
she was
first.
yeah,
that was
she
the
did.
first thing. Yeah, okay. I just want to make sure she said her name. All right, Flair, Sangasan, Vasakaran, or Vas?
Voss. Akaran is my last name.
Vas it is, and Isel, and Zed and Ronan. Beautiful. And he'll just like continue flipping his thing and looking around the rest of the bar.
And as all of you have gotten acquainted and are waiting, you spend a few more minutes talking and sipping at drinks that were brought up and brought to you. And before a lone humanoid figure steps into view and steps into the booth, turning around and shuttering it behind him before turning around to look at all of you. A tall, Dekaln, kind of a hunched figure in a black trench coat. He rubs the back of his head and he looks down at you, Zed, and he says, Zed, good to see you. I was hoping to get somebody with a little experience. Ronan, And he kind of like doesn't move too close to you, Ronan.
It's good to see you, Toma. What do you got for a?
He looks. He from where he's standing, he looked kind of down at the rest of you, and he says, and some fresh blood. This work might be a little dangerous. Can all you handle yourselves? His eyes kind of falling on you, Isel.
I like see him like look at me and then just like look to everyone else like side to side and back at him like, oh, it's just me you're looking at.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, I suppose we will have to find out, won't we?
Good enough for me. All right. Okay. Well, then let's break it down.
Can I tell what subspecies he is?
He is. He's yours.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'll put my device I've been flipping away and give him cross my leg on my knee and just give him my full attention.
And he looks at all of you and he smiles and he claps his hand and he says, "Good. Looks like we got a crew." And that's where we're gonna take our break.
Nice.
Woo!
Aw, guys. So, everybody here?
Nope, I'm leaving. Bye.
Bye.
Dude, if Sherman committed to that bit and just not come back tonight, he'd have been the most legendary motherfucker.
I would be really sad because
that would be
what I wanted from that bit. And what was that fucking DC movie with all the villains being good guys?
Suicide
Squad.
Yeah, the bit where he like pieces out the guys like, you guys can, like, if they had actually committed to that, it would have been the greatest thing ever. It would have been so great if he had just not been in the rest of the movie. It would have made that whole joke worthwhile. Anyways. All right. Everybody's here. Ian, you're here, right? You're here.
Yep.
All right. So, Toma looks over all of you and he kind of rubbing his hand over his head again. He says, you know, it's this pretty standard job. It's just a cargo run. I got it loaded. I just need you guys to take it from point A to point B. It is in the red light district, but you know, that's Zed's backyard. I'm sure he can lead you guys along.
Yeah, he'll just shrug his shoulders.
At the mention of the red light district, Ronan just rolls her eyes.
Yeah, he'll just shrug his shoulders.
Have I ever heard of the red light district?
Everyone else make history checks.
Oof. Not rolling great.
18.
Isel, having quite a bit of information stored inside your mind.
Word up.
You're able to easily recall, and Voss, you've heard of the red light district as well. Emeritus Station is split up into districts. The station is actually the largest station in the galaxy. It's about the size of New York City, and it holds the largest like non-planetary or non-moon population in the galaxy as well. And it's ruled by like kind of like a conciliatory of representatives from different species. So it's kind of ruled by like kind of like a United Nations kind of format. And it was designed and gifted to the galaxy by the Gaians when they were kind of like introduced. When they were introducing themselves to the galaxy as a whole, when their technology got to the point that they could really enter the galactic society more. And the red light district is kind of like the area of this massive.
It's the same as a regular red light district.
Yeah, that fell to the wayside. And there's very little law enforcement. It's like street level Coruscant. It's just generally like not a great place to be. if you can't handle
Perfect for
yourself.
Zed. Perfect.
So, and he has implied that Zed knows the area. So, he says the owner of the package, they want it handled carefully, and they have dictated very specifically that your protection of it includes making sure it is never opened. You get me?
He'll just smile. I don't think that's going to be a problem, right, Ronan?
It won't be if I have anything to do with it.
As I said, knew I could count on you too. Kind of questioning this new crew you brought along a little bit, but you haven't let me down before, except for that one time.
And then I broke your jaw.
All right, listen. Let's just not have
I
another
feel
one
like
of
you
those
can-
times, okay?
I feel like you can trust that one. And he'll point at Voz will point at at Ronan.
She seems the trustworthy type, right? Doesn't
He
have a
looks
smile.
he looks away from you, running,
More than some.
and at everybody else, and he says data links incoming, and he moves down to his personal computer, and each of you is sent to your personal computers relevant information. And he says payout's big, everything goes off okay, bring the package in okay, unopened, $15K. But amongst you. Not a bad starting point, especially for newcomers. He looks back at you, Isel, and then at you, Sanguisan,
That
and then at
sounds
you,
most
Flair,
satisfactory.
and then he looks, and then he looks back. He looks back to you, Zed, and he says, "I don't know. I think they might be scrubs."
They seem fine to me. Matter of transportation, I'm going to be in charge of that, correct?
Isel, what's a scrub?
He's not going to give anything away, it's just going to smile. I'm going to be in charge of
I'm
transportation,
not sure that I
correct?
know.
I guess we'll find
I would
out.
look at him and kind of like burn like this deep stare into Toma's eyes and say, "Some are not what they seem," and like there'll be like an air of like irritation about that.
It's true, Toma. He already bought me a drink.
Yeah, he bought me a drink as well.
I did.
I shoot him a look of just like, really?
It was quite expensive.
It's nice. I mean,
Yeah, it's
I
expensive.
own
to
the
say.
place, so I don't really need him to, but his credits.
I would say credits only go so far.
I was just like looking straight at Voss at this point, like.
Listen, Toma, it was a power move, and I respect it. And he'll just raise his drink
Let's
to
call
him.
it that. Well, if you don't need anything else for Toma, I got things to do.
I have one question.
Yeah, he didn't answer my question.
Oh yeah, sorry. Really quick. He's gonna look back to you and he's going to say, "I've got the cargo rigged. I hope you brought a driver with you. It's just a cargo lift. I just need you to take it through the district. You're not gonna be able to use your ship, from what I've heard. Good luck with that, by the way."
That's just a rumor.
Sure.
What is the rumor?
Don't worry your metalhead about it. He's gonna
Yeah.
think, he's gonna like think
What's this?
metalhead.
Thomas shoots you a glance, Zed, and then kind of like shifts it to Ronan before he shifts it back to you, and he says, "Look, all I got to say is, if the price goes as high as I heard, I'm wondering who you pissed off, or maybe somebody's just trying to say hello."
I'm thinking it's the latter.
I have a question. Just
Yeah,
a
sure.
little question. So, from as I understand it, if this is a cargo run, as you say, with very precious cargo, the payout is as great as you say. What's the catch? Who's going to stop us?
I like her.
She kind of elbows you and grins.
He'll smile like wide, looking at her, and then he'll look to Toma. Yeah, Toma, what's gonna stop us from taking this rig?
I will let either Flair or Zed make a persuasion check with advantage, being helped by the other one.
All right. You want to let me do it? I got big.
Yeah, go for it.
He's the big boy.
He is the big boy. He's Weston, which means he has plus 18.
It's 12.
That's
11,
a good,
12.
That's a good.
Plus 7, 12.
Hey, I helped.
He looks to you, Zed. He looks to you, Zed, and he kind of like squints a little bit, and he says, "I don't really know much. One of the reasons why I liaison is because they know I'm good at not asking questions. But price like that, somebody wants this cargo. I'd expect it's probably something to do with the gangs down there."
I was only humoring the lady. Toma, I get it.
Okay, so probably nobody then. It'll go smoothly. When do we leave? Like now?
5 minutes ago.
It'll be packed and ready for you when you're ready. If you want to leave now, or
She just kind of like looks at
Up to
everybody
you.
while she's like clearly not able to sit still right now.
My schedule is clear of any other activities.
Somebody as pretty as you shouldn't be in such a rush to get to the red light district.
Oh, you're such a charmer.
She has a point. And then he'll look to the rest of the group. If we're all ready to go, the sooner this is done, the better.
I'll just quickly down the drink that Voss got me. Well, I suppose I'm ready.
Good man. He'll look to the rest.
Lara's like literally like shaking in her seat.
We're in
not
like a
looking to you.
booth, right?
And,
Yeah, he's not
Yeah.
looking to. He's
Yeah.
not looking to flare. He knows.
Yeah, I know, but it's visible.
Probably go before
I'm-
this one goes sold.
I'm gonna like
That was it?
stand up like on my seat, like I'm ready to go.
That's racist.
As he turns to start opening the screen, you hear a ping and a vibrate from his personal computer, and he looks down at it and he flips it open. He frowns and cocks his head, and he turns and he looks back at the rest of you, and he said, if you want to cut in one more, you're worried about it. I got another ping.
I mean, is he gonna split the pot?
Yeah, that's what he meant by if you want to cut in one more.
Okay. Okay.
Like you would obviously be.
Anybody we know.
I've never matched you with him before. Goes by the name of Tosh.
Interesting.
I mean, he'll look to Ronan. I don't know. You want to trust another head?
I don't trust the heads we have already.
Oh, give him a chance. He'll have a
She-
smile.
She relents and rolls her eyes. Fine.
I'm sure he'd be, or he, or she. He'll like refresh himself,
Or it.
or it, and he'll like raise a finger as she says it, or it will be welcome.
He looks towards the rest of you.
The more the merrier. That's what I always say.
If you are
Why not?
concerned that I'm in this for the money, I am not.
That's weird.
That's weird.
I'm in this specifically for the money. I'm gonna leave my intentions on the table.
Flair's gonna like lean over to Isaac and like kind of whisper to him, but she's not necessarily trying to hide it from anybody. She's gonna say, Isel, you need. I think you're gonna need some money.
Well, yes, I do need some money. But I am sure that such a small reduction in my cut would not affect my ability to carry on.
That's fair. I'm here for the adventure. I don't know about everyone else.
The money.
That, more or less, was the sentiment I was attempting to convey.
However, having another person along might make it more guaranteed success. He'll like put his head out towards the middle of the table.
And you get to make another friend. We all would.
Yeah, I'm all about making friends. To look to Ronan.
That's great. Then we can add another.
Would say friends. Boss would say friends. Friends are useful.
That they are. He just has a grin on his face.
He gives you guys this really confused.
I think we understand each other.
And
I don't say that out loud.
He nods his head and he says, "All right then. I'm gonna send him the coordinates straight to the rig, and he'll meet you there."
He'll say he as he looks to Flair.
Yeah, sure, Zed. Less interested now, I'd imagine.
Oh, yeah, you know.
I can't wait to meet him. I bet he's really cool. I bet he has a really cool ship, too.
Sure. Good luck. Come back in one piece. Maybe I'll have more work for you.
Thanks as always. So fantastic to see you.
Yep, sure. He kind of flinches and steps back a little bit as you walk through, Ronan. And you guys exit the red flare. And the briefings he gave you guys lead you just a few blocks down to one of the many of the dock station's cargo building, where you guys find waiting for you, already active, floating softly in the hangar, a medium-sized cargo transport, and it has a large bay, and inside of the bay, kind of open railed bay, you guys see a fairly large metal container. And kind of leaned up in one of the seats, looking out over all of you, you see a young humanoid.
Before we get to the ship, as we're walking,
Yeah, sure.
As we're walking towards it, though, like it's in sight. Do any of you have a problem with Ronan here piloting? She's an expert. He'll smile to Ronan. Or wink, actually.
I am
just
not.
wink.
She seems
Nor
capable
am
of
I.
me.
Excellent.
Fantastic. And yeah, we'll just continue.
All right.
Is there like a co-pilot seat next to it, or is there just one seat?
Give me 1 second.
Sure.
And I'll let you guys investigate the whole rig. The figure kind of slips out of the seat and kind of lands bouncing on his feet. And at that point, all of you can tell that he's a young Leonti. He wears pretty standard mercenary's garb. He has a large kind of unique-looking double-barrel rifle strapped to his back, and he pulls a glove off of his hand, and he throws it out to you, Zed, who's kind of like just a step in front of everybody else. He says, Tosh, I'm the extra guy, I guess.
Nice to meet you, Tosh. Can I do an insight check?
Yeah.
Just to...
I will do one as well.
Guess what? I'm negative on this. 11, please. Not 18.
I would also like to insight.
Jeez.
I would not.
Ronan, while everyone else just seems to get like a general air of confidence, like maybe he's done this before and he's worked with strangers on jobs before and stuff.
Not like Zed.
Ronan, you can immediately tell that he's doing exactly what you do the first time you walk in on one of these jobs. He's sizing everybody in the room up and calculating chance of survival. But
As
he's
I
covering it, or
as I-
trying to at least.
finish shaking his hand because I don't see that. Glad to have you along. You know, this is a less perilous effort.
He smiles and he says, "It's always good to have an extra hand." And he kind of turns and he walks towards the door of the rig and he says, "Looks like we can probably seat 3 up front if someone doesn't mind squeezing in the middle. Decent driver, and none of you want to."
Flair will raise her hand very enthusiastically, and she'll say, "I'll take the middle seat. I'll take it, please."
I like to walk the brig, catch my drift.
Sorry, what'd you say to him?
I like to walk the bridge. If you catch my drift.
I do not.
I must agree. I must agree with our small friend. I do not either.
Those back seats are calling your names.
Well, I would imagine you can tell by the design of the rig that everyone would just be like would be like sitting wherever they
Yeah.
could in the back of the rig.
Yeah, he's just
where
gonna
where the cargo is.
He's just gonna stand in the doorway between the two. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Or like hold his
We
hand on the
lost
door.
Nick somehow.
Yeah, we.
Ah, I
Oh.
see. And then I will get in the back.
Yeah, you see him climb up and lift his legs over into the basically what's like a big truck bed.
Mojo, you fucker.
The container is secured in a horizontal position, like up against where the front of the rig is. So it's like at the very back of the cargo.
You have a preference of seat, Tosh? Like to be coming.
He smiles and he says, "Well, it's fine. I'll sit with the cargo."
All right, I'll take the passenger. We can have Flair up front with us.
Yes!
Flair squeezes in his Ronin, pulls into the driver's seat.
She's very happy to be sitting here.
So the back truck bed is it's like open. It's got like raised sides with rails, but it's just like an open space. So you'd just be like, it'd be more or less like sitting in the back of a truck bed. So hey,
There's
he's back.
the mans. You there,
Hey, buddy,
my mans?
alive? Oh no.
Can't hear you yet.
Do we lose Nick?
Feeler?
Yeah, we lost
We
Nick.
did.
He
But
just
he's back.
rejoined, but he
but
hasn't said
We
anything.
can't hear him.
Classic.
Classic Nick.
No
There
classic
he is.
me.
There's
What
that
up?
man's.
I
in
have
the
a default
driver's
app
seat.
that comes up.
All right,
Sorry
you
about
are
that.
driving. I'm in the passenger. Flair's in the middle.
Excellent.
And I am uncomfortably in between you.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I imagine it's only uncomfortable for both of them.
It's very comfortable for me.
Yeah, I don't know if Zed really cares. He's just gonna like walk around after we get up in orbit. Or
Do you
She
know?
is pretty cute for what it's
like
worth.
a land speeder.
oh, okay.
Like,
Sorry.
you're
Yeah.
staying in the space
Yeah.
station.
Yeah. He's just.
That's
gonna be
why. That's why I was a little confused about your like walking the bridge thing.
I didn't know how high we were going up because
For sure. Yeah.
It was just an elaborate metaphor.
low orbit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
He'll just stay seated. Obviously. Yeah.
Which is why it fit that I was like,
You
I
know
do
what?
not.
It's a typical Gaian phrase that just means he wants a passenger seat.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah,
none
no.
of us picked up on it.
Mm-hmm. I'm just so in deep.
instead of shotgun, people yell bridge walk.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Bridge walk.
Or just bridge. Bridge.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone else piles into the truck bed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I take a seat pretty close to Isol.
Okay. All right. Leaving the like large like cargo warehouse. You have once you started up, the front display screen in at the driver's side of the cab brings up a GPS with a location for you to go, which is normally what happens. You don't know exactly where you're taking it until you get it, and it directs you to where you need to go.
Yeah.
Matt, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Regarding vehicle travel.
Yes.
So I know that astrogation means like space travel, but do we have a check for like local travel, like navigation.
Like piloting?
Well, I imagine piloting is more.
Piloting's
like
more
controlling
about
it.
like doing like being
Deck
able to pull off.
space.
You mean like planning a route through like
Yeah.
a city?
Yeah, I
You
mean
can
like
cover that with astrogation.
Survival.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's
that's
what I figured, but I wanted to make sure.
If you can do astrogation, you can.
That's
You can do
everything
the
else is way
the
easier.
Run to Pizza Hut.
You would certainly
Yeah.
hope.
I remember there was a brief time in design when I was like, "Why don't we just call it mathematics?" And he was like, "No."
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
I would have been cool with that.
You got this, Ronan?
Yes, it's a simple land vehicle.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing special.
And he's just gonna like rest his eyes.
it's pretty nice though, honestly. I mean, the interior's okay.
And as
Right.
you guys, the interior of the cab's fine. You guys are
Oh, I
basically
was, I was
sitting in an open truck.
character.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
You're saying
Yeah.
that like, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just gonna keep his eyes rested.
Uh,
Full faith in Ronan.
the drive starts and sets in, and you guys kind of take through these back roads and the dock streets, slowly leading you towards the junction that will take you into the red light district. And it takes you about an hour to get to the junction. And as you guys are approaching that junction, Tosh kind of looks out through the back, like the cab window in the back, and he kind of out, and then he taps the glass. You kind of feel the vibrations on the back of your head, Zed.
Can I slide it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll slide it. What's up?
He smiles and he says, "If we're worried about getting into trouble, perhaps it's best we kind of know what we bring to the table."
Good lad.
And he seems kind of like he's waiting for you to.
Yeah, he's just like
kind of act
waiting,
like a-
thinking about it. Yeah, he's like, sure. What do we bring to the table?
Is he just like saying that?
Toma, Tosh smiles and he says, "Well, come on. We all know what Ronan brings to the table. I heard you broke Toma's jaw."
Yes, as I recall, he had to have it wired shut.
Hilarious.
And she's got a cool sword. I mean, look at that.
Voss is gonna look at Isol and say, "I think a healthy fear of this one Ronan is probably good."
Ronan has a very strong personality.
I suppose if I give her reason to dislike me, then I will begin to fear her.
I would kind of lean my head the opposite way, like towards Ronan, and say, "Should we fear you?"
I don't see why you would.
Friends shouldn't have to fear friends, right, Ronan?
Like the little one said,
Right, Ronan?
friends shouldn't have to fear friends, she says blankly.
Yeah, he'll
People
just like,
should not have to fear people.
he'll just look to him.
Tosh kind of looks around at all of you and he says, "I'll go first. More what I meant by this was like, I've got good aim. And
Yeah.
I'm good in a pinch. It's what I do.
I don't want to
Pick
brag.
the lock if I need to."
There you go. It's like, I don't want to brag. I'm a crack shot. I'm a quick thinker. That's he'll just that's about it.
I would say you're a
As am
fast
I.
talker more than a quick thinker.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Is there a difference there, you two?
Voss will speak up and say, "There is a difference between a quick thinker and a quick on their feet thinker."
He'll just smile and like look to Ronan.
And
And
I'll
it's like,
say,
This is gonna be fun.
I too am a quick on my feet thinker, and can make our enemies not want to be our enemies anymore if we should need it.
That seems useful.
Oh boy, we have a
Agreed.
diplomat.
Hey, don't knock a diplomat.
I've knocked plenty of diplomats.
Yeah, he'll just sigh and close his eyes again.
Flair will put her arm up with a single finger, and like what looks like circuitry of white light will run down from her shoulder all the way up her arm, and it coalesces in a small ball of like white light on the end of her finger, and she kind of like starts balancing it on her finger, and then as she drops it, she disperses it with her hand, and she'll say, "I have a few tricks up my sleeve that may or may not come to life."
See, that's useful. That's useful. And
That's
then he looks
incredibly
to
useful.
She
he
finger
looks-
guns him.
he looks to Sanguison and he said, "And this guy, he probably hits things really hard, right? Right?"
Now,
And-
Tosh, don't judge a book by its cover.
And then he looks to Isel and he
Okay,
says,
exactly.
"And this guy, he's adorable, I guess." So
That is true. You can judge him by that cover, that part of the cover. Anyway.
I must say, there are few who look at me and see a threat, which in itself is something of an ability.
You're an alphanumeric. Nothing is threatening about an alphanumeric.
I would say, watch your tongue.
That's
In like a very commanding voice, like more than you've probably heard from him.
Voss, Ronan can be quite cold. That's a compliment.
It is quite alright. Many thought so before the uprising as well.
He'll snort as he says it.
That's terrifying as a player.
Yeah, yeah.
For the record, he just said it super matter-of-factly, like...
Yeah, that's why
Yeah,
it's terrifying.
Uprising or not, Isel is a very good robot, and Ronan, I'm sure Ronan's just fine. She's
I would have
driving
to
just
say-
fine.
That not all of us were so lucky to have an uprising. Many of us were still trapped in slavery.
Many
Blair
of
just kind of
us
looks at
still
you
are.
for a
Yeah, Zet'll
Tosh-
just shoot a look
kind
to
of-
you.
Tosh kind of looks around through the silence and he says, "So that's what we bring to the table." He kind of leans back out of the conversation.
At this point, Isel's gonna say, "If you'll excuse me for a moment," and then I'm gonna use my level 1 class feature.
Ooh,
possible.
hell yeah.
Class
Do you want to
feature
jump into Whisper, Matt?
yes,
class
let's
feature of the
jump in.
game.
They're just gonna see me go like silent for like 10 minutes.
It begins.
Is that number 5?
That's number 5, baby.
Yep,
Is that 5?
Yep.
it sure is.
Oh, wow.
We're level 30 now.
We're level 30 now.
I do love how no one's gonna say what they do.
No, we're gonna keep this hidden as long as possible.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's half the
Zed
fun.
did not lie. That's literally all he does. He's a crack shot and a quick thinker.
And that naturally makes him magus.
Yeah.
I will. Little spoiler alert: me and Zed and Vaz have the same bonus to persuasion.
That's funny.
Level 7? Nice.
That's terrifying.
That is terrible. I'm supposed to
I've seen high persuasion checks
Persuade
Uh,
off.
very significantly change the course of the campaign. So
Persuade
Yes,
off,
yeah.
dude. That's okay. Me and Zed, the higher levels, people
Yeah.
are gonna know what to do.
Yeah.
I like that you said, "Watch your tongue." She's an medic. She
I
would
know.
know.
Yeah.
He
she
doesn't
also
understand
probably
that. He just
doesn't have a tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say he doesn't like what he perceives, what
Yeah.
Boss perceives as like
Yes.
a more advanced being shitting on a young, less advanced being in his eyes, even though that might not be true, but
Oh yeah.
which I feel like is weird for a Dekelm. So it's kind of a spoiler, I guess.
That is really funny.
I mean, not all Decal are like
That's true.
Everyone's got a personality.
Do they though?
I
don't
feel
know
like
about Alpha
I feel
Knights.
like in general in tabletop D&D, the reason why the player characters are effectively protagonists is because they're most other around them.
You're cutting in and out, Shane.
Yeah, in
So,
and out.
Oh,
Yeah, you're cutting a lot.
I'm hearing like every other word.
that's weird. I was just saying, like, most of the time, like, player characters are player characters. They're protagonists because they're
Yeah.
different than other people around them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
True.
they have
True.
a call. They have a call to action.
Exactly,
Most
yeah.
Other people do not.
They have agency.
Oh, I'm nothing like my people. Maybe that's why they exile.
Yeah.
Backstory.
I came up with a large chunk of my backstory like today at work. I had a piece of inspiration.
So
Like
you
in
were
the
the
morning
one.
at work.
That's
I
where it
was
comes
one of
from.
the ones that was.
This guy.
Down to the wire.
Well, I had. Really though. Well, I mean, I had a loose backstory and everything for like the last 2 weeks or so.
I mean,
but-
I finished
Nah, I
mine
understand.
yesterday.
nice, nice.
The worst people.
Hey man,
It's so bad, but I actually have to go to Whisper with Matt again once he gets back.
Uh-oh.
Six.
For him. It's so bad.
God, it's level 35.
Six.
I don't even think they support that level.
I like that it gets like it's incrementally halved.
It's
every
5.
time. It's really
It's
great.
5.
No, it's up by
It's up by 5 every time.
5 every time.
Was it?
Yeah.
Except for the first jump, which was one.
The first jump was 19 levels.
Yeah.
The second jump was 5 levels, which is equivalent. You know.
Yeah.
21 to 25 is equivalent to
Kinda.
2 to 20.
Honestly, probably. Like
You're going from near God to like almost demigod.
Yeah, we are all Dr. Manhattan at this part.
Yeah. Mhm.
we are all.
I don't.
At this point,
I
yes.
don't-
Well, after James goes to Whisper, we'll be.
Yeah, we will be Dr. Manhattan. Every single one of us.
Right.
That's the bad part.
We'll be.
Mine's gonna be real
we'll
quick. Mine's like a yes or no question.
It's
Dr.
fine when
Manhattan,
there's.
PhD.
It's almost catastrophic when there's one Dr. Manhattan. Now imagine 6.
Mhm.
I don't
Well, I
see
mean-
anything wrong with that. Nothing.
That's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
saying what's bigger,
Nothing.
infinity or 6 times infinity? Like
Exactly. That's
there's
that's
no
the issue.
effective difference.
Well, obviously, 6
Well,
times
now you have
is
infinity warring with infinity, warring with infinity, warring with infinity, warring with infinity.
Seems
Yeah.
redundant.
Yeah.
There are different types of infinity, though. It's that's really
Yeah.
cool.
My Dr. Manhattan would turn the air into chocolate and everyone would die.
That's good headcanon right there. That's good headcanon.
And no more oxygen, only chocolate.
My Dr.
No
Manhattan
more
can
oxygen.
pet
Just
cats
turn
from
oxygen
any
into
distance.
chocolate.
All right, that is a slightly less lethal Dr.
Mhm.
Manhattan. Mine instantly kills everything in the universe. Yours pets
Mm.
every cat in the universe.
Yeah. Well, you can only do one at a time.
Yeah. Okay, so one cat
It's not absurd
across the universe.
across the universe.
Yeah,
Like Beatles.
It's a movie.
it is
It
a
is.
movie.
Hey,
And it's a
speaking of movies,
relative distance.
I never saw Into the Spider-Verse, and it came on Netflix today.
It is
Oh,
on
okay.
Netflix.
Oh,
man.
yeah,
Yeah,
really?
Focus.
It's fantastic.
Focus.
Hey,
Alright.
I have
We have another.
I have
There's
a,
another whisper.
I have a yes or no whisper, Matt.
Okay. All right. Really quick. I'm gonna do that. Everyone relax. And be ready.
Sorry.
So how are you betraying us, Ian?
Yeah, Ian.
Yeah, Ian.
You'll find out.
Dang.
You know what? That's fair. We probably
You
jumped
think I'm
around
gonna
that
just
one.
tell you session 1?
Don't
Hey,
wanna be
sometimes
spoiled, right?
sometimes it works. Sometimes it works.
Ian,
Sometimes
we are
it
now level 30 Dr. Manhattans.
No,
So-
35. 35.
Well, now
What?
when he comes back, we'll be 35.
You heard us, Ian. We're
That's
level
true. You only get the levels
Dr.
after.
Manhattan.
35.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
all right,
Here we go,
all right,
35.
Focus. He sits and he begins to meditate, and you guys continue conversation amongst yourselves for a few minutes as your transport crosses into the red light district. The streets get darker. More light posts are out. There's more beggars on the street. But there's still a nightlife here. All this time, he's continuing to concentrate, almost as if he's shut down or turned off. And you guys are just kind of watching your surroundings progress. Isel, go for it.
So I like jerk to alertness, and is the sliding like window or whatever
It's
still
open.
open?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just gonna yell out, "Look out!"
And right as he calls, you guys hear the rumble of engines behind, in front, and to the side of you. Go ahead and make perception checks.
Seven.
Sorry, my computer is lagging.
It's okay.
A 17. 22.
As you all look around through the windows, you see that on either of the parallel streets, there are two rigs driving alone, as most of these streets seem to be empty of vehicles right now. And both of their engines started at the same time as the other, and they have begun to rev forward at a high rate of speed. And then you see cutting out of an alley and leveling out at speed in front of you guys and behind you are two small but stocky hover bikes. And they keep time, and you guys see that each of those has a driver, and then behind them, leveling the barrel of a rifle across the driver's shoulder, or in their own hands for the one in front who's turned around, there's two what appear to be like mercenaries. And I need you guys to roll initiative. So let's go ahead and throw our pieces on this board.
Look at that man's. Look at that man's.
Big boy. Oh, it doesn't quite line up, does it?
No, it doesn't right
just
now.
off.
We're going to
If
we're going to get it to line up.
If
though.
you hold Alt, you can drag your token to wherever you want.
Okay, there you go. Ronan, you need to be right next to me.
Now you guys,
see you.
now you guys.
James, can you get one of your characters off?
Yeah, James.
Dude, my computer is all laggy as hell right now. I don't know why. What the fuck?
There's two of you.
All right, I got him.
There we go.
Kill one of
All
them.
right. Stop moving around.
I haven't touched it for like 10 seconds.
We on and poppin', boys.
As he saw Zed would like take his hand and put in his head and Flair's head down.
Two shots
Ooh,
ring across the front and across the back of the rig, and out into the air, but they don't hit you.
Oh, Chris
That's
got
true.
the
That's the
Chris
first
got disadvantage.
Oh
Come
no.
on, Chris.
Chris,
So I'm still trying to set up my initiative for int instead of dex, and it's just taking
I'm
forever.
so excited! Everyone finally gets to learn the classes now, for realsies.
Yeah.
Or do they?
Or do they?
Honestly, they probably won't know my
I'm
class.
firing a basic pistol.
I mean, they already know what my class is, but this combat won't help them.
They just know because it's you.
Yeah, exactly.
What did who hasn't?
17.
Me.
I was waiting for
It's
Ian.
me.
It's cool, man. It's cool.
Yeah, sorry, my computer is wigging out right now.
I gotta hit this anyways, you know.
Major wiggins,
Dab.
as the Scooby Gang would say.
Hit that.
Well,
Whoa!
Gotta hit that dope crank.
I did it
Sorry,
for you.
boys, gotta
No one
use
else
it.
would. Whoa!
Yes.
Is it reasonable that this morning I
Oh,
And
me
cut
too.
out.
You cut out on us.
This
shit.
morning you-
Is it reasonable?
Is it reasonable that this morning I would have meditated 10 minutes? My
Yes.
Starborn thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You starborn motherfucker. The
That's
thing
me.
everybody expected.
Yep.
And I love it.
I love Starborn.
How could I
Starborn.
not?
When we very first started designing, we should just add Starborn to it. We need
Yeah.
species anyways, and Starborn are awesome.
I remember being like, "Are you sure?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You know what? Yeah."
I was like, they're Starborn. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, man.
sci-fi. We can make it work. We changed them a little bit.
Yeah, we did.
All right,
I would imagine.
Ian.
I
How's it
Think-
going?
we should be good as soon as my computer catches up.
Oh man, level 1 combat.
Hey, there we go.
Hey,
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
You were very attentive to
crit?
what's happening.
That's his intelligence on
why
it.
didn't it
No.
drop on the thing?
No, so okay, it's yeah.
He didn't
I-
click on his unit, that's why.
Oh, wait, what?
Okay.
Oh, it reloaded. That's why.
Yep.
That's okay.
Sorry.
I got it in
We'll
there.
take
I
the
got it in
21.
Because I did have it highlighted, but
So
my
in this
page
truck
must have
bed,
reloaded.
if you kneel down on the sides, you have half cover. Okay. Inside of the cab, you have half cover pretty much as long as you're sitting in the cab. All right.
Yep.
All right. And let me quickly.
Jesus Christ. What is up with my
You remember
computer?
that I have to play bad guys for a combat to happen.
I mean, you don't have to play anything. You could just be fighting empty speeders.
Isel, you are up.
Alright.
Computer.
It should be okay. I will. So there's the two speeder bikes are like next to each other on one side.
No, so there's a speeder bike in front with a driver
Okay.
and a gunner, and there's a speeder bike behind with a driver and a gunner, and then you can tell that there's two larger vehicles like rigs like yours that are closing in from the streets on either side of you guys. So they're not there yet, but they're going to be there when you guys get to like the next like four-way intersection, basically.
Gotcha.
So you know that you're going to be meeting them probably within a round or two.
Okay. I will pull out a sonic pistol
Do it.
Yeah,
and fire at the gunner on the speeder bike in front of us.
Okay, sure. So you see him, you see him leaned up on the with this junker of a rifle in his hands, and he brings it up as you lean over the top, and you kind of throw out your hand with this sonic pistol. Go ahead.
And
make your first
looking
attack.
very inexperienced, he fires it once.
Oh no.
oh, hilarious.
The air ripples outside of the gun, and you see one of the light posts just like flare and go out.
Uh-oh.
But the gunner's
7
fine.
doesn't hit.
You
That's
just want to
crazy.
duck back down to half cover.
Yes.
All right, Flare, you're scrunched up with your arms pressed against your sides.
Oh, I brought her head
Yeah,
down.
he brought us both down. Can I pop up for a second and do an astrogation check to see if I can like find a path that might help us avoid them, the upcoming ones?
It's pretty easy for you to tell when you look up that to avoid them, you're either going to need to like immediately get this bike in front of you out of the way so you can pick up speed and get in front of them, or like turn the whole rig around so that when they turn, they have to turn again and follow you guys back
So
down the
there's-
way you came.
So there's not really anywhere to go.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Yeah.
Are there people
Yeah, so-
behind us?
There's like another one of the bikes behind you.
Okay.
Behind us, on either side, and in front of us.
Just so you know, as the driver, you're the only one at a station in this vehicle. If you remember
Yeah.
the vehicle rules from Sunday, so you
I
have like the ram and sideswipe actions, or you can choose to like dash with the vehicle with your action, and you have the two turns.
Zed would see Flare's skin on her arm, on her right arm is like starting to get that white circuitry again.
She starts getting like warm, and both of you like immediately subconsciously start to pull away from her a little bit because of the amount of heat it's giving off.
Yeah.
She's
He
gonna
just
pop
reached for
up.
his hand cannon, like hold down the door, like his head below the window.
Yeah. She's gonna pop up and she's gonna fire a ball of white light at at the speeder in front of us.
So she's aiming for the vehicle.
How How feasible is it that I could hit the driver?
He's the hardest one to hit. He's got like half cover from the guy behind
Go
him.
for that back generator / tire.
That
I'm gonna try to shoot.
that
I'm gonna try to
requires
shoot the
disadvantage.
driver.
You're gonna try to shoot the driver? Okay.
I
Go
sure
ahead.
am. I will not have disadvantage
No, you wouldn't anyways. I was
because
just
I'm because I'm firing a star shot.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I gather I get to, the circuitry of white light goes up her hand and coalesces into a ball, and she just hucks it at the guy in the speeder.
That 13 hits.
Okay. 1 force damage.
You hear him grunt and then look back with annoyance. So he continues trying to keep.
First
he's kind of
damage
drifting with
again.
Ronan. She can't get around him. All right.
She's going to be a little bit surprised by the amount of light conjure, and she'll duck back down. That's all I get.
Okay.
Baddies.
All right. Sorry. A message from the player. All right. The drivers just keep pace with their vehicles with their actions for the turn of the speeders. And then each of the gunners fires. The one in front fires a shot at the front he fires a shot. It looks like he's aiming into the cab, but it bounces off the front of the rig. And the one in the back turns and aims his rifle up at you, Voss. There's AC, Voss.
15? 15.
All right, he does hit you. He deals 8 piercing damage to you.
Oh
Jesus.
shit! Yeah.
I am bloodied.
That was a really good roll. And that is it for Ben. You're up. Ronan on deck.
He'll look to Ronan. You got this, and he'll lean out the side and take a shot at the guy in front of him. Try and hit the back of the vehicle.
You see him open the door and lean out, steady his hand cannon. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Make sure advantage is on. Okay, cool.
Oh,
Crit fail.
Oh.
Crit fail. First.
Yeah, it rings off the massive slug from the hand cannon just rings off the road.
Yeah, he'll just it'll shake his hand and he'll just look back at Ronan as he's still hanging out and
You
smile.
see his shot just ring off.
Yep, that's about what I expected.
All right, Ronan, you're up.
So
He'll
I
close the
I
door and lean back in.
I use my move action to drive the car, but can I shoot my hand cannon?
You can, yes.
Okay.
In this case, yes. That would be.
There's a windshield, presumably, right?
Yes, there is.
So it would be.
Didn't they just
So what if I
shoot
just
through it?
shot through it, right?
Yeah,
that's the
no,
thing
your
I can
hand
do?
cannon slug would just shatter.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and shoot through it.
If I saw her doing that, I'd cover Flare with my hand
All right,
in my
go ahead and
cloak.
roll your attack. What are you aiming at? The vehicle, the driver, the.
I'm gonna try. Yeah, I'm gonna try and aim at the vehicle.
Okay, go ahead.
The specifically it's repulsors or tires.
It's actually repulsors. So.
Okay, well the back repulsor then.
Okay.
Hey,
you
don't
would roll
crit
that
fail.
with disadvantage.
Okay, that's fine. Ooh,
Oh, fuck!
double crit fail.
It rings just
Ooh.
effortlessly out the bottom.
Oh man, what are the experienced ones? Remember?
All right, boss, you're up.
I'm driving. What's your
Dude, you guys
excuse?
suck. This is before
I leaned out a door.
Together.
I leaned out a door.
So far, my rolls beat both of yours.
That's
Yeah.
right.
All right,
All right, boss.
I'll turn on the one. I'll turn on the one that shot me. I assume from behind. Correct. Sorry, got you in the middle. of it.
Correct.
Okay, I'll turn, and I'll hold it. I'll pull. You'll see me pull a blade from between my armor and the robe. So I have a short blade in hand. But as I turn around, I'll throw my hand out at the guy who shot me, and I'll cast a spell on him. Cast puppet.
Oh,
Oh,
I think I know what he is.
He needs to make a con save
what did you?
against
Well, actually, I don't really.
13.
Interesting.
I'm aiming specifically for him, not the bike or anything. I can't hear you.
Sorry, you're aiming at the driver
Yes.
of the one in
Oh,
front, right?
No.
Whichever one fired
The one-
on me. Yeah.
Okay, the one in back. Okay. Yeah, he failed. Spell?
All right. He moves his speed whichever direction I want. So I want to fling him off the bike.
Okay. I think that. Can you post the spell? I think that technically, what you would end up doing in this case was you would be directing him on how to move the vehicle.
Oh, okay. I'll push his bike into the nearest building.
All right. Yeah. So you see him stand up,
Okay, cool.
open a hand, and twist his wrist, and the driver of the back vehicle just drives it up on the curb and into the side of the vehicle, and it crashes and starts to tumble, and the back speeder is taken out.
All right.
I'm doubting you less and less, Zed.
I'm gonna look back and I'll
yeah,
say,
take that back.
I'll shout out one less angle to worry about, and I'll end my turn. Well, I'll kind of duck down, I guess, to get more cover. I don't know.
Very effective, and he'll like take his cloak off of Flare and just hold his hand cannon as he's looking out.
All right. Sorry, Sanguisun. I forgot about Todd. He's gonna throw himself up over the front of the cab, and you're gonna see him throw the barrel of his the wide rectangular barrel of his 2-barrel gun over the top, and he flips the switch on the side, and he turns and he aims at he's gonna aim at the driver of the one. And he hits 3d4.
Ooh.
He's got a pretty D skin.
Yep. I think I know which one it is.
Well, his is. Yeah, you might know. He hits the driver in the front, and he actually takes him.
Ooh.
So that speeder also starts to drift to the
I helped.
side.
You
As
did.
that's happening, you guys see yourselves hitting the intersection, and the two rigs that were on the side have both turned and are heading from either direction on the street that you're crossing down towards you. Sanguisun, you're up.
Would my necklace have a charge right now?
Yes, your necklace has a charge. Oh, at this point, I should let anyone who has a journal that I've given all of you a starting magic item.
Ooh.
Because I love you, and they're kind of like my way of saying, one of my ways of saying thank you for having an awesome last campaign. They're in little character files I have for you guys. They should be revealed to everybody.
I only see one.
Yeah,
Do
unless you
we want to do reveals to the party really quick? Who's magic item first?
I already described mine. It's the cloak I'm wearing.
Okay, yeah. So let me show you guys his cloak. We'll do that one first.
Where is that?
It definitely doesn't look as
He's
colorful, but
Let me make sure yours is viewable, but from you because I haven't. Yeah, I haven't put it in your journal yet. Sorry.
Solid.
James. All right. Who next? Who wants the next review?
I have some pretty snazzy boots on.
Okay. Show you guys.
I'm a fast boy.
Are you posting these? Because I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, me neither.
I saw it. Well, I saw it, but it's mine, so.
Cheater. Oh, there we go. Ooh, fast boy.
Nice.
Let me
Fast
post
boy.
Isles really quick.
Boots belonging to an operative?
That's neat.
Oh, that is dope.
Hmm.
Who wants the next reveal?
Do mine.
All right. Players. Oh yeah.
Oh.
wait, whose is this?
That's
Mine.
Flares.
Player.
Ballin'.
Yeah, you can say I'm pretty good at magic. I mean,
Get out of here.
I'm gonna show.
Is it like super visible on you?
I'm probably not wearing it right now.
Okay, gotcha.
There's Nyx.
I like this one.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty
And I
snazzy.
made
Oh,
for you
nice.
guys.
It's one of my
So
favorite
I
ones.
thought about your guys' personality characters you were making, and also
That
just your
is
personalities as
Super dope. "25 feet closer." Holy cow!
It's pretty sick. We were talking about it earlier.
Oh, is that a
Just
squishy
between us.
mage over there? Not even the dead mage right next to me.
players. I gotta take spoilers out of one of them. 'Cause technically, I guess you guys.
You should
don't
take
really-
spoilers off of mine too.
That's what I'm doing. Yeah,
If
I
you were to
wanna
use
do
the second part on like
Oh.
a much bigger enemy, would it pull her towards it?
Also, my name has changed since.
Yes.
Cool.
Alright. Yeah, I know. I need to change your thing. Sorry. This is bosses.
Oh my!
Pretty dope, by the way. About it.
Damn.
Holy shit!
It's a pretty sick item at level 1.
That could be a lot of damage.
Yeah, I mean, it's once a long rest, and
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to-
It is.
No,
you
it's-
burn
it's
it
there.
trying. It's super hard to hit.
Yeah,
It's
I
there,
mean,
but
it
it will make a
like,
difference very
hits.
little, like
But
very
one
rarely,
time-
but it'll
one
be
time
sweet.
This campaign it does hit. We're all gonna be like, oh.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, and here's Sanguisan's.
Oh,
oh
boy.
shit.
Oh damn! That's real good.
That's cool.
That's really good.
I like
Especially at low
I like
levels.
what I'm assuming is the reason he has it too.
Nice. And with that,
Because he's an apothecary.
Sanguisan. Let's get back into it. As you guys kill me for the 1000th time.
Seeing Voss just get shot, and everything being out of range of my battle axe, I'm just gonna go over to you, Voss, and see me pull out the necklace and take off the bottle from it, and I'm gonna give it to him. Essentially, I'd be like taking out the potion and rubbing it into the wound where he got shot.
I'll kind of like twitch as you touch me because I wasn't paying attention, and then like I'll like look and feel what you're doing, and I'll kind of like kind of rub where it is, and I'll nod at you with a smile.
2d4 plus 2. Oh, and it gives Voss a first level spell slot back if he is missing one.
Oh right,
Which I am.
Because That's what
Oh.
healing potions do in the system.
I completely forgot that's what they did. That's pretty
I
awesome.
did not know that.
Yeah, they
That
did
is awesome.
Does this? Oh, no,
Med
never
kits
mind.
are like
Yeah,
healing
it's like med
potions,
kits.
and in potions and the like benefits.
Yeah, they heal the same amount, but potions give a spell slot too.
Yeah.
You get 6 health.
Thank you.
And that's your turn, Sanguisan?
Yeah, I'll just say, do try and stay undercover, and then I'll duck back down myself as best I can.
Alright. Isel, you're up.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna. So there's still one. Speeder
At
bag.
this,
That's up.
no, at this point, both the speeders have been taken care of, but
Oh,
you
okay.
guys are crossing the intersection, and both of the rigs are now coming at you guys from each side. So you're like the vehicle's going straight, and you're in the truck bed looking to each of your sides, and both of the rigs are like headed directly at the vehicle from either side of the four-way.
So after I like hit a lamppost and made it like flare or whatever, like do something
shorted it
distracting
out,
earlier, can I see if there's anything that I could try and hit around like the driver, like that's like close enough that it would distract him or cause him to panic or anything, or hesitate at least or something?
As you look to the rig that's coming from the left, you think of the light, and looking down, Looking straight forward, you see the front is actually loose from where he cut through like some metal containers along the road when he was turning, and it's like just barely like if it was loosened more, it would like fly upwards into his view.
Okay.
Because you'd be like busting it open.
Gotcha. I will attempt to shoot that.
All right. So yeah, you turn and you aim where you see the. And go ahead and roll your attack. It would be an aimed shot.
So there's a penalty.
It's in combat. It's just you roll with disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
This is gonna go great.
All the combat modifiers are just disadvantage, and then all the passive modifiers are bonuses and stuff like 3.5.
Wow.
Oh. You aim and you fire, and the latch snaps and breaks as there's this kind of like short sonic boom and crackle across the front of the metal, and it flies up into the window, and you hear them cry out as they begin to veer off the right side of the road. And you see them like hit the vehicle next to them, and then tumble, and then their whole the back end of the hover bed just like flips as they start to crash.
I take cover again, but although I guess if they're coming from the side now, that doesn't really offer cover.
Yeah, they're gonna like. Well, no, it still does. They're like gonna come in from the side and be because.
Okay. I will take as much cover as I can from the remaining one.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Flare, you're up.
So there's one still coming from the other side, right?
Yes.
I'm going to sit up and look through the hole in the windshield. Well, yeah, I guess the hole in the windshield. And sort of just like, for just like a couple seconds, I'm just gonna like assess the situation. And she with a furrowed brow, she just looks like she's thinking really hard. And then she puts one hand into a finger gun and puts it in her wrist, and she aims at that speed, and she fires
the other rig.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fire 3 magic missiles at it.
Oh, at the rig.
Nice.
Yes. Pew pew.
Pew pew pew.
Ooh, that was pretty good.
All right, yeah, you see the magic missiles crackle against the rig's side, and they clearly make dented impacts into it, but it's still running.
Yeah. So with each shot, the bands of white light just like really quickly go from her shoulder down to her hand, and then just release, and it's just like really quick, just like, and then she kind of like shakes her hand, like, ow, it's really hot. And then she's gonna duck back down, I guess. Yeah.
All right. By the end of your turn, you guys have crossed the intersection unblocked because of the other vehicle, and you kind of run, and you had to kind of steer into the rightmost lane as they pulled in just behind you guys, just behind and to the left of you guys, and as the driver of their rig is like keeping pace in their vehicle, 3 gunmen raise more junker rifles like over the hood to fire at the vehicle, while the passenger leans out the window with a pistol. And the passenger is going to fire at Sanguison, because he's the biggest target in the truck. AC Sanguison.
Big oof.
That's the good news for Zed, but bad news for
is 14.
Seeing this, Isel was gonna say, I don't suppose you can make yourself smaller somehow.
As you say that, he gets hit for 4 piercing.
Oh.
The bullet catches his shoulder and like knocks it forward. And then one of the 3 riflemen fires at Sanguison as well.
No.
He's a Caltall, guys.
I get it, but
and he deals he deals his rifle.
How much?
How much damage?
You cut out.
5?
Your hip is
Oof.
5.
Fucking hell.
I'm unconscious.
Come on.
Oh shit.
Down from the shot.
Level 1,
in the
guys.
bed. And then the other one turns and fires on Voss, as Voss kind of starts to move forward, trying to like catch Sanguison and keep him from just like hitting the container or anything that. AC?
15.
15. All right. Misses you. And then the last one fires at you as well. And misses as well as 2 more shots ring off, but you manage to duck down and kind of tumble Sanguison down into the truck bed. And Zed, you see all of this happen, and your turn is...
He's gonna look back. Can anyone get him up? And then he'll lean out the door again and fire at the people that just fired at him.
Yeah, they're the last rig left.
Yeah.
The other one got flipped.
Yeah, he'll
All
just
right,
he'll
do you
just
wanna
yell back.
Fire at anyone specific?
There's
There's 3
I'll fire
gunners
at
like
the-
leaning over, and then there's the driver and the passenger. And
This is the one that got hit by the magic missiles, correct?
Yes, it is.
I'll aim for where the magic missiles hit.
Okay, cool. All right, go ahead and just regular attack.
Okay.
All right. That does hit. For another.
It's blast damage, if that means anything.
Is it blast damage in the dock?
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
Equipment, hand
it
cannons
should be
are
piercing.
blast. Oh,
Wait,
piercing,
did I-
and then it has the blast effect on it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it has the
there should be
blast
a
effect.
keyword.
Enemies dealt damage by this weapon make a DC 13 strength saving throw.
Or they get knocked back.
Yes.
Because of the force of the hit. All right.
I'm assuming
so you deal
vehicles
4 more
pass,
damage.
auto
to it?
pass,
Okay.
yeah.
It's still running, but it's taken more hits for sure. And
Yeah.
then at this point, it is Ronan's turn.
I'm gonna ram it.
Yes.
Okay. You would need to do a 90-degree turn and then drive at it because it's pretty much behind you now.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's firing at
pulled
our
ahead of it
truck
with your
bed.
movement,
Oh, okay.
and then they fell in behind you.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm just gonna dash.
Just
That's what I'm
stop.
gonna do.
Wait, just
Okay,
stop.
you're
Yeah.
Just slam the
Alright.
brakes on.
Are you telling me to stop?
And have all of us just get
That'll
hit.
just look to you.
Yeah, they're
well,
gonna like fly out the back of the cab.
oh, that's true. You guys are that. That's true.
You're gonna double move to try to like outrun him.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and make a piloting check for me.
Do I
Guys,
have
skill roll.
proficiency in that? Because it didn't
You
have.
can choose proficiency in that.
Okay.
There's
You
the
should.
dock with the rebuild stuff.
Okay.
Has the extra ones you can choose.
I'm gonna do
Just
that.
put them under other proficiencies on your thing.
It's dex based.
Yes, it is
Yes.
dex based for
I'm gonna
piloting.
put it on acrobatics for now, and then roll that. Which is
Oh,
oh, it won't-
It's-
accidentally. Accidentally. But
Is this the Space Mountain music?
I don't know. It's supposed to be Mass Effect. So this is like a really intense part of Mass
Part of it sounded just like the Space Mountain music.
All right.
That's hilarious.
You actually do manage to start pulling ahead of them as you're able to more acutely like weave through what little traffic there is. As anybody who is on the road at this point has kind of like started to pull off and away because this crazy shit's going down. Okay, Voss, you're up.
It's like
Classic red light district.
that's right.
I would
Oh.
say
That'll just look back to you. Classic.
I would say careful. The big one is going to fall off if you make another burst like that. And I'm gonna say get up to the big man and pull out my potion of lesser healing, which I bought, and I will say a favor returns and pour it down his throat.
All right.
Zet'll punch your shoulder. You've got a critic, Ronan.
Fuck.
2d4
There it
plus 2, James. Are you
Yep.
doing anything else with your turn?
6 points of healing.
Sanguison, you start to come to consciousness. 6
Mm,
points of healing.
Thank you.
And just in case he's super dodgy, we're going to look at the guy that's firing on us, and I'll mutter something on their breath, and I'll say, probably no one will hear this, but if these voices mean anything, help me now, and I'm gonna cast Hex on him.
Ooh.
yeah, I knew it.
I like this already.
All right. Can you post it,
Yeah.
James?
Yes. Hold on.
Magic music, baby.
I'll pull because I'm
Pretty sure
gonna
he's
try
a
to do this a little bit
merkin.
too. I'm gonna try and do this too. I'm gonna try and pull Liam a little bit, and I'm gonna pull out the petrified lizard eye out of my hip holster, and kind of roll it in my hands and push the magic through it towards the
Okay.
towards the dude.
Oh, I'm so
Petrified
happy right
blizzard eye, he fucking says.
Yes, this man.
What
What the
ability
component is.
He's actually just.
What ability check?
He's actually just insane.
You hit with an attack. Until the spell ends, you deal an extra 1d6 necrotic damage to the target.
Also choose one ability when you cast the spell. The target has disadvantage on ability checks.
So you gotta hit him.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's
It kicked me off.
yeah.
But yeah, that's what the material component is, the petrified
Yeah.
lizard eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
You just gotta hit him with a shot.
Tosh is going to lean over and he is going gunman in the truck bed. And he hits. Hey. Hey.
See, this ragtag team's coming along just fine, Ronan.
Mhm.
He deals 7 damage to the gunner. And the gunner, but he's still up, but by that shot. Sanguison, you're back to consciousness, and what would you like to do with your second turn?
Ugh. I would like to look over to that rig that's following us. Can I see everybody who's in it?
You can see right now you can see the injured gunner in the back and the 2 others leaned over the front of the cab firing at you guys at the back of your guys' rig.
Okay.
And then you see the passenger who's kind of just pulled himself in from where he was hanging out the door firing, and the driver behind the wheel next to him inside of the cab.
Okay. I'm gonna clutch onto my holy symbol and then cast Word of Radiance on all of them.
Okay.
So a con save against 13.
All right. That's a dope spell.
Oh, that'll be 1 damage.
Yeah.
Those magic users hitting those big numbers.
2 of them failed. One of the
rolling
ones
really
that
well
failed
today.
was injured, and the 1 damage kills him. So,
To be fair, I hit them
That's
before, so.
so that gunner is down.
Got him.
Anything else, Sanguison?
Got
Classes begin to be revealed.
Try and take as much cover as possible so I don't get shot again.
All right, round
Dude,
3.
he had a battle axe and Aisha's symbol on his chest. Like, if there was ever any doubt about his class,
Yeah, I kind
then
of
it
figured.
was it was by fools.
Isel, you're up.
I still can't believe we've
Got
2
some injured
upgrades.
allies. You got this rig behind you. What do you want?
2 followers of Aisha. That's so fucking funny.
Who's the other one?
No, just James. Or just Chris.
I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
okay, shush.
Yeah, we're pretty sure somebody else is too.
Yeah,
Shush.
my guess.
You know what's really funny? This is kind of derailing, but like Matt told me that there was a cleric and that he didn't have a Templar partnered, and my Templar like that was what I was thinking of. And the dichotomy would have been so funny, Chris, because I was going to be a command. That would have been so funny. A command and a Keltal, like as paired Templar and cleric.
That'd be funny.
Damn.
Isel, what are you
Anyways,
doing?
go.
Alright, I will attempt to fire on the rig,
The rig, sure.
I guess.
Just roll an attack roll.
None of them are, like, sticking out of it, right?
No, you can aim at any of them.
Okay.
You can aim at the driver. You can aim at the guy next to him. There's 2 gunners still like leaned over the cab, firing.
Gotcha. Wait, who have people been shooting at? I
The
misheard
only
and
one
thought
that's
they were
really taken any damage just got
Okay.
killed. So,
I guess I will aim at the driver then.
all right, go for it.
And in 6 to 7 minutes, that roll will appear.
Unfortunately,
It misses.
It misses as the car has to swerve out of the way of another car, and it again just kind of rings out with a short burst of noise, but doesn't
Just
hit
wasn't
anything.
in the cards.
Yeah, Flair, you're up.
I'm gonna hear sounds of sonic gunfire and magic behind me, and I'm gonna scramble over the seat into the cargo place. Can I do that?
Yeah, you can. You're pretty tiny. You could
Pretty
probably put
nimble,
yourself
yeah.
right here.
Yeah, so I'm gonna worm my way through there, and
She like falls over the
Yeah,
cargo that you guys are taking.
I'm gonna trip and fall on my stomach, and then I'm just gonna look up and point my arm out with a fist, and the white light is just gonna course down my arm, and just go boom, out of my fist. I'm gonna star shot the gunner or the driver.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it rings off and misses. It's very hard.
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, that's what I got.
8 natural ones tonight.
All right.
Well,
The
you
driver
get 'em all
is
out now.
going to attempt to keep up with you. If you
Has
can make
disadvantage
another
on dex
piloting.
saves.
Yes. It's a
Dex
dexability checks, right?
Checks, yeah.
Yeah.
Dex.
So he has disadvantage. Can you roll again for me, Ronan? As you're trying to outmaneuver this guy.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh my god! Like,
yeah,
seriously.
they're definitely
Yikes.
catching up to you guys now,
Yikes.
and it's actually given the drivers that are over the cab better clearance to aim at the people in the cab.
Are they behind us directly?
They're like directly behind you guys now.
Okay.
He's going to the 2 riflemen that are left are going to aim. The first is going to fire at Boss again.
All right, I purposely once I healed Sanguisan, I kind of like stepped in front of him, like
Okay,
a little
yeah.
bit.
So this guy's firing at you again.
Yeah, so
Boss.
15.
And he hits you for 6 piercing damage.
Okay. Concentration check. Natural 20.
Hey, nice.
Hot dog.
Good job.
What'd you say? 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the next gunner fires at Isel. AC Isel.
16.
Oof,
Pretty
natural
good.
1. Nobody can hurt that.
What
Isel can't be hurt. He must
We
be
must
protected.
protect
I
him.
just flashed some adorable doe eyes at him, and then
Isel
like,
must
I
be
can't.
protected.
Must be
The
protected.
passenger aims out with his pistol again, and seeing that Sanguisan is back up, fires at him.
Oh,
And hits
this big boy.
Goodness
Oh, no.
gracious.
for 4 piercing damage.
Hey, he's still up.
Oh, we're okay. All right.
And that is their turn.
I was gonna say I
Zed, you're up.
purposely stepped in front of him.
Yeah, I know. But
I'm
you
gonna-
can't completely cover him.
Yeah, I'm gonna slap the door open.
You
Slap
too.
the door open again and hang out and just close one eye and aim at the driver.
Alright.
I'm gonna hit Lucky.
Do
Okay.
any of us have inspiration? Just out of
You can
curiosity.
hit that
Not
Lucky.
yet.
Okay, just double checking.
And
Maybe if you do something inspiring, Nicholas.
do the
Just ask. Nice luck.
Ah, baby.
I'm just kidding. I've loved all of this.
Zed,
yeah.
how would you like to?
Yeah, he's just gonna lean out and he's gonna kick the door open, lean out, and just close one eye and just shoot the shot right at the driver. It's gonna smack him in the head. He's just gonna lurch to the side.
And their vehicle, the hover stalls and it begins to spin out horizontal across the road, and then it rings off the side.
And he'll just smile. He'll just smile and look at Ronan as he gets back in the cab and wink.
Tosh leans
Show
in
off.
the window to you, says, "Hey, maybe we should get off the road for a minute." And he like points to one of the alleys on the side.
It's not a bad call. You'll look to Ronan.
Yeah, I suppose so. I'm just gonna slow down and veer into an alleyway, or the alleyway.
Should we not put distance between ourselves and the current situation?
I don't think we have eyes on us right now. Can I make a perception check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
As you look around, Tosh smiles at you, Isel, and he says, "Astute observation. This is a pretty long alley, and it'll lead to another junction. There's some warehouses around there. I know that we can probably park this guy unseen for a little bit."
Yeah, let's hit that 19.
Yeah, that's
Keep
shady.
that 19 insane.
He appears to be being genuine.
Mhm. All right. Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'll trust it for now.
Yeah. Yeah, me and you will just shoot looks to each other.
I'll give him.
I'll start reloading my hand cannon as this is happening. Is that cool?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Alright. So you guys follow his directions as he leads you down the and back behind he takes you around a few turns until you find yourselves back behind a quiet set of warehouses that appear to be closed for the night. And you guys pull it up to some large stacks of like broken crates and some dumpsters where it can't really be seen unless somebody's coming back here for a specific reason. And slowly but surely you're party climbs out of the vehicle, and Tosh smiles and kind of leans the gun up on his shoulder, and he says, "Well, at least it looks like we got a crew that can get things done."
Is everybody okay?
I'll slap his hand on that. Oh God.
I believe Sanguison
Yeah.
was.
I'm a little hurt.
Yeah, he'll slap his hand, Sanguis on the shoulder.
Yes, a little hurt.
You okay, big guy?
I should be fine given enough time.
You certainly took one for the team, so thank you.
I don't know if that's a compliment or not.
Is there like a warehouse door just like slide open?
You could probably find a way in the warehouse. Tosh would shrug and say, if we wanted to hide out inside, we could. I mean, we don't own the place, but as long as nobody comes home, right?
Maybe
That's one way to look at it.
maybe to scout it out first.
Smiles, and he nods his head, and he'll go scout it out.
Yeah.
The rig, will the rig fit? Oh, okay. As he like walks away. Like, should we be hiding the rig if we're hiding ourselves? I mean, I feel like not hiding the rig does nothing for us.
Anyone that's coming back in this alley, looking for trouble. Let's just say that.
I would say they would find some.
Flair will
Good
kind
man.
of peek out of it. Flair will peek out of the alley a little bit, and she'll say, "I think I want to go take a look around. Make sure there's no one else following us. I won't be
Hey,
gone
take-
long."
Take someone with you, please.
I
I will accompany you.
Usually, but
Any
okay,
of you?
Isel can come with me.
Any of you got telecoms on you?
Ooh, actually,
I have
he'll
a
pull out
comlink.
his comlink.
Yeah,
I
here.
would
Let's
go.
get on the same channel. He'll like tap his ear.
Yeah.
There it is.
To someone
Yeah.
actually, I've never.
Brennan taps her ear as well.
I may be an alpha, but I am not that old.
Just checking who does have communications.
Does that mean everybody has one?
Wait, is that something that we would have to buy? I just
Yes,
realized.
you have to
Yeah,
buy.
it's
it.
Yeah, it's like
Okay,
150
then
credits.
never mind.
You have something they could tap into built into you.
Okay.
Although, is it less encrypted?
It's on the same network, actually.
Okay.
It's
So-
password protected, but the password.
Yeah, he'll. Well, I mean, he's just gonna look. So is that everyone?
Password's just his birthday backwards. So.
Yeah.
I would say I've never had
But
reason
nobody
to
knows
use
it.
one, but I do have one.
I don't
Well,
know
you have
anything.
one. You have reason to use one now.
Isel, you said you have one built in.
Yes.
Let's tap into your signal.
Actually, I would respond. Or wait, we would have had to already have done that, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind. Yeah.
Let's
I'll
tap
just
into
say
your
yes.
signal. Yeah.
Very well.
All right, so you guys upload your. You guys all get tapped into the same call frequency, and then how are parties splitting up? Tosh is going to check out the warehouse.
So said.
I'm leaving to go check out this area.
Just the area.
Like, surrounding where we are.
Like
to
the
make
end of
sure
the
we're not
alley,
being
I'm assuming.
followed or something.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna accompany the two children.
Thank you. Yeah.
Rude.
I will. I will
Maybe
kind
literally a
of saddle
child,
up.
not a child.
I will saddle up to Sanguisan and put a arm up onto his shoulder, and I would say, I think the two of us will stay here and guard the cargo while you explore. No?
Does seem like the best idea.
Zed's gonna say he's gonna wait for our mans to walk out of range to say,
Wait, as you guys are all gathering yourselves into these split parties and getting ready to kind of check this and check the warehouse. Tasha nods his head. His comlink uploaded. He kind of like taps it to make sure it's good, and he says, "All right, remember, we're a team. Stick together, stay alive, all that nonsense.
And please, do not open the package. I'm gonna say that to Voss.
I would say, I don't want what's in it. I can almost guarantee. So why would I?
As can I.
Did I recognize her magic?
Whose?
Flare.
Flares.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Tosh smiles down at you, Isel, and then he looks over the rest of you and he says, "You know what? I'm thinking this is the beginning of a beautiful friendship."
That's what I've been saying.
And that's where we're going to end our session.